I don't know what to do. I want to use the show. I know my children up the room. I think when you so beautiful. Every day I be something about you. And I must know that to happen. When I get my minutes, I want to read a love about the boy. What do you have? I don't need it all. I don't need it all. Do you know the way you dance? What the fuck? Praise your body, they make you. Do you know the way you dancing? When you shake your body, they make you. But I want you to All right, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome to another episode of Hangout with Uncle Beno. Yes, happy Easter wherever you are. You're welcome. And of course, I've seen my beautiful sisters and brothers in the comments already. How is everybody doing? Yes, what are you doing today? It's a Friday, the Friday that we have come to honor every year because this is the day in the Bible when Judas, after he sold Jesus Christ to those who don't want him to continue his message, this was the day they actually, I think today's the day they nailed him to the cross, right? Anyway, happy Easter, everybody. We're gonna have a fantastic show. I started this show 11:30 right here from the city of Austin, Texas, and my intention is we're gonna have a very good, solid 2 hour show. However, unlike what you have seen on social media with everybody hyping the wedding and everything, we really appreciate the fact that Iyabo Ojo and her daughter, as well as the husband and her ex-husband, they put up a great performance. But we're going to talk about something very important here. And this is where I need you, my brothers, sisters, and all the real fam, as well as our subscribers, to join in the conversation. Now, this is not the regular conversation we used to have. I have tried my possible best to stay away from discussing Iyabo Ojo and her daughter and this wedding, even though I was tempted several times to hear my opinion, but yet I have to take a couple of steps back because I'm a girl's dad and I don't want to come off as somebody who's already anticipating certain kind of marriage or wedding for the beautiful young girl. No. And I also don't want to rush into evaluating Iyabo Ojo's role in the wedding and everything she's been doing so far. This is because even though my issue with Iyabo Ojo, like I've said and I've stated severally, the only issue I have with Iyabo Ojo was before she met Uncle Beno. Before Iyabo Ojo met Uncle Beno, she used to run her mouth. She used to say a lot of nasty things on social media, fighting and all that. But as soon as she met Uncle Beno, I do believe that they were originally, authenticity is in their love. Let me just put it like that. And you know what they say, love conquers everything. So I think after she hooked up with Uncle Beno, everything about her changes. So the only issue I've always had with her is just how she used to like run her mouth. Leave that out of it. She has been a fantastic woman. And that is why we want to have this conversation. All right. Yeah, Simbi is here already. I also expect Tosin to be here because these are the people who actually did a great job covering the wedding and everything. Honestly speaking, I don't follow whatever they are doing. I don't go to their Instagram and say, hey, waiting their post today or that, you know. As a man, I can't be doing that. Make una no verse. I only have to pray for both of them because they are young couples, but I don't do that. And since I have Tosin and I have Thimby as well as B-Flex. You know, girls now, girls will always go do girls thing, cho. So, and B-Flex, no, Trendy Toasting actually did an amazing job. All the girls did great, because if you are following our Shoshu Trenders YouTube channel, I told you guys, just stay on the post, even forget video, just stay for the post. You will be well updated on what is happening all over the globe. They have been posting non-stop on Social Trenders, and then Tosin did a wonderful compilation commentary on the wedding. It's actually on the page. You can go there and watch it. So we're going to have this conversation, and Tosin, the link is in the comment. I forgot to share it to our backstage. I need you here with Simbi, so you guys can at least describe what before I dive into the reason why I am here. Now, let me appreciate everybody who turns up for this. God bless you all. I see Zainab. Zainab, how you doing? Juliet, what's up, Mami? Mercy Kendra, waiting day. Sanusi Deshola, my own Lekpa sister. And of course, my Dr. Adama in the building. The sweet voice Dr. Adama that can always almost trick me. Say she be Gen Z with her sweet voice. Shout out to you, my sister. All right, I got my Sissy in the building. Okay, this is going to be interesting, because when I have Adama, I have Sissy, I have Honey Babe, I have Marriott, D, Sister Rose, and everybody. Of course, let me see if Mr. Dio and the rest of the guys are available to hop in on this. But when I have all of you, I get confident, say we're going to have a fantastic conversation. Of course, my own Uncle Patrick is in the building. Uncle Patrick, this is where we need you, because I want to discuss a very sensitive topic today. I will try as much as possible not to offend anybody. I'm just going to give my opinion. But Uncle Patrick, you can always help us make it make sense. Because what I want to emphasize on this show is one topic that I think a lot of modern women don't want to discuss. And I think it's a topic a lot of modern men don't want to listen to. And we're going to talk about it. It might be a little bit tough, but please, we shouldn't get emotional about this. This is about life. This is about we and our children. This is about the future. So we're going to have solid conversation. And Uncle Patrick, you're going to help us make it make sense. All right, B-Flex, what's up? All right. If I haven't recognized you, trust me, I'll definitely get there. So B-Flex and Trendy Toasting, you got to be here. Thimby, what's up? How you doing?
Hello, Uncle Ben. Good evening, sir.
Hello.
Happy Good Friday to you and yours. Hi, Real
Thank
Farm. Happy Good Friday.
Thank you, Simbi. I want to give you your credit, you and the rest of the team. You guys did a fantastic job, because I wasn't following what's going on with Iyabo Ojo's wedding. I saw one or two video here and there, which is cool, but I wasn't really invested that much in it. But you guys did what you do better. You covered the event, everything, and I'm impressed. So good job. Simbi, I saw all the posts you share on social trenders, all the pictures. But una like wahala. It be like say una don't they wait for those pictures before. Simbi, were you guys waiting
Boss,
for?
what do you mean? We are talking about Queen Mother, Iyabo Ojo. Come on. We can't slack now. You snooze, you lose, man.
Because I was just getting notification every time. You guys were just posting pictures, sharing pictures. I'm like, I'm a president in the one word the buying. What is going on? Now, president picking the word, but I love it. All right. The reason I started with the video you see on the screen right now is because that is where I want to emphasize what we're going to talk about on today's show. We're going to talk about parenting. We're going to talk about single motherhood and single fatherhood. We're going to talk about vengeance. I want to talk about how do we really know we've done a good job as a parent, and what role must parents play as an African parent when your children are getting married. What role should you play? Shout out to my people who are watching on 365 Media. God bless you. Please hit the like button, whichever of the platform you're watching from. Hit the like button so that we can get more people in. I know this is Easter, people are busy anyway, but don't worry. Like we do here, we create the content, we leave it there, and then people will watch it later. And I've been getting massive views from 365 Media lately. I'm surprised myself. Anyway, let's get into this conversation deeply. I want to talk about parenting, single motherhood, divorce, and parenting after divorce. You should know where I'm going already now. People like all my sisters here don't know where I'm going. I want to talk about this trend that when there is a divorce and a mother have to raise the children all by herself. Then when the day comes that the girl is gonna get married, or maybe the boy is getting married, some African mom just believed in their heart that the best way to get back at that ex is to remove the ex-husband from the equation. Think about it. What are the implications? What exactly has the mother gained when she did that? On the flip side, a lot of fathers, especially African fathers, let me just stick with Nigeria, make I not generalize. Many Nigerian men, after divorce, some of them just leave the children to their ex-wife to cater for, to raise them all by herself, believing that when it comes the time for the son or the daughter to get married, I am going to be there. My daughter can never get married without me. The mother cannot do anything. When it is time, they will come and find me. They will look for me. We're going to talk about it. And I'm going to say some things about what happens if you are that type of dad. So, we have a great show for you guys tonight. Please don't be a stranger. This is Hangout with Uncle Beno. Just stay with me and then we will dive into this conversation. Thank you.
Welcome to Trends Reality, your go-to channel for trending social political updates. Subscribe, like, and leave your thoughts in the comments. Welcome to...
All right, welcome back. Welcome back. Simbi, I'm adding you to the screen right now because we're going to start doing justice to this conversation. So, to start with, Simbi,
I'm ready.
what's your take on the show, or I mean the wedding, everything from beginning to the end, how they met, what they did at Tanzania, coming back to Nigeria, and more importantly, what was on social media before this wedding was. Some people have been judging Iyabo Ojo. They said Iyabo Ojo sidelined Priscilla's dad, but voila, Priscilla's dad was at the wedding. So talk to me, Simbi. Your take first.
Okay, first of all, I want to say congratulations to the beautiful couple, Priscilla and Juma. May their union be blessed in Jesus' name. Amen. Starting from the wedding at Tanzania, we all saw that it was a Muslim wedding and it was a great success. And then to the pre-wedding photo shoots, which they had beautiful pictures, videos, some TikTok challenges. I'm sorry, I'm just so excited. Yes. So let me just go straight to the point. Now, talking about this Yoruba wedding, if there is anything Yoruba people know how to do, is plan a wedding. Talk about the decoration, the food, the guest list, and then Uncle Ben. If you notice, this wedding is not the regular wedding. It's not the regular. This one screams royalty. From East Africa to West Africa, it screams royalty. You can tell that both families are in agreement. I mean, Juma's family, Priscilla's family, you can tell that they both approved this marriage. And you can also tell that this was love made in heaven. Oh my God. Okay. Sorry. Um, I want to give a shout out to Iyabo Ojo. I'm giving her flowers because she did an amazing job. And then the part where I want to believe that Priscilla Priscilla's dad not attending the marriage at Tanzania, maybe it was due to circumstances beyond his control or something came up that needed his attention. I don't think she sidelined him like people are saying. And then there's another thing. The fact that they were able to coexist during this marriage, it was so beautiful to watch. Seeing her sitting that there with her ex-husband and they're blessing their their daughter's marriage.
Mm-hmm.
They're also taking turns dancing with Priscilla. It was so beautiful to watch. And then the part that really the part that got me speechless was I saw Priscilla's dad spraying Iyabo Ojo money. I mean, when I saw that video, I was like, yes. That to me meant, oh, I appreciate you for bringing up our daughter. I'm grateful for everything you did. We don't have to be enemies, but we can coexist to make our children's day big day successful. And as we can all see, this wedding was a huge success. I mean, I saw some comments on Facebook where they were trying to, Nigerians now, they will always want to find something negative to say. But anybody who is not genuinely happy for this family is a witch. I'm sorry, I have to say it. Because it's obvious that they are blessed. And then Juma on his own part, you can tell that he loves and value Priscilla so much. It was beautiful to watch. I kept on watching videos. I didn't know when to stop. My my phone right now is filled with
All
pictures
right.
from JP 2025.
All right. All right. No problem. No
Oh my
problem.
God.
That's a
I,
good
I'm
one. That's a good one.
Yeah, it
Thank
was.
you. Thank you, Simbi.
Yes, yes.
Now let's get into this. There's so much to cover. So I'm just gonna take it one step at a time. But my sisters and bro here now, they are always dropping it hot. Sissy have started. Sissy don't they push me go where I never even want to go. So since Sissy dropped this, let us dive into it. So Sissy said, for me as a mom, I wouldn't want my daughter to get married at 24. It's way too young, and also it's an interfaith marriage, Muslim Christian. But Prissy isn't a regular 24-year-old. So all the best. So that's gonna make me to pop this question right now. Did Prissy got married too early? Now, Tosin, if you are ready, I'm gonna need you to come and clarify something here because you are the one who has been monitoring or following this story. Now, I got to understand that anytime Iyabo Ojo was asked what led to her divorce, she will simply said the reason she got divorced was because she got married too early. And the story out there was she was married at 21, and it seemed like really she was really, really very young to be married at that age. Now, Tosin, how true was that? Is that the accurate account that Iyabo Ojo gave?
Yes, yes. She married very young too. But I can't really remember the age, but she married at between 18 and 20,
It was
20 something, sha.
21. It's 21.
21, okay. She married very young. For me, I think her failing in her previous marriage does not translate to Priscilla failing in her marriage too. So
Okay.
marrying very young does not determine the success of a marriage. Take for example this woman, Omotola. She married at 18, and the marriage is still standing in love. In fact, so it is not a one size fits all. Like It is not because it is not. I think she should not. This person should not project the failure of Iyabo's marriage at
Mm-hmm.
like marrying at early age to Prissy's marriage. So it
Okay,
doesn't.
good. Yeah, good. Let's do this. I think maybe your baby need your attention or something, but I can hear your baby crying in the background. So I'll just give you some time to quickly attend to her, and then you can come
No,
back
no,
because
no,
this.
it's not my baby. Oh. No,
They
no,
were
no, it's not my
I
baby.
hear the baby in the background now.
God.
So just handle that first, okay? All right, let's continue with this conversation. The first question is, did Prissy got married too early? Now, I do understand that Iyabo Ojo have said she herself got married very early. That is why her marriage to their father crashed. And to be candid with you, just like Sisi is saying in the comment right now, as for me, I don't think it's okay for a young girl to be married at either 21, 22, or 24. If you are getting married by 26, yeah, that's cool. You got married 28, excellent, because now you've got to really see life for what it is. But when children got married at the age of between 20 to 24, to be candid with you, they haven't really seen life for what it is. Okay, they just have higher expectation and all that. But then, would I blame anybody who got married so early? I wouldn't, because love, of course, is a beautiful thing, and you don't know when you're gonna find yours. Then, besides, the husband, Juma Jokes, is Juma Jokes is it 35 years? I think there is this 12 years gap between them. Tosin, is that right?
Yes, of course, 35 years.
1989.
How old is that? Is that
Yes,
not 35?
35, yes, you're
All
right.
right. Shout out to my sister Cherish Olivia. So if Juma Jokes is am I pronouncing the name Juma Jokes? That guy name they had me to pronounce.
I don't know.
Pronounce
I've
it.
been pronouncing it as Juma Jukes too.
Juma Jukes. Juma
You
Jokes.
Jukes.
Abi Juma Jukes. All
Jukes.
these,
I think
all
it's
these,
Jukes.
all these young boys
Jukes.
of nowadays with their stage name and everything is always difficult. So what's
I
the right
think that's the real name.
Okay. Anyway, let's continue with the conversation. So, if Juma Jukes is 35 years old and Priscilla is 23, I think Juma Jukes is matured already. He's a grown man.
Yeah,
And then Priscilla is the one who I think might lack the experience of being married at age 23. Don't get me wrong. Women matured very fast in marriage. You can get married at 21, 22, or 23. And depending on what life throws at you in the marriage, within 2 years after your marriage, you may have the wisdom of a 40 years old woman or even a 50 years old woman. So that really don't matter. So the only area where I like to throw caution out there is that when children got married very, very young, youthful exuberance will take over them, and they tend to make a lot of mistake at the early stage of the marriage. And in the case of this one now, I wish them every great thing in life. I was so happy. Thank you, ladies, for compiling those videos, because like I said, I wasn't watching them like that, but I'm so happy they had a fantastic wedding. They seems happy together, and as a father, I can only pray for them to have a fantastic marital life together. Now, it's going to be challenging, of course, but God will see them through. And that is if online in-laws leave them alone. Oh, and if I think so far so good, Iyabo Ojo has done a fantastic job. If she know how to manage her role as a mom, then great. Now, let's move on with this conversation about the age. As young ladies, yourself, Simbi, let me come to you real quick. What do you think might be some of the challenges Priscilla needs to be prepared to at least confront? Because, like we know, ask everybody, well, even elderly people who had been married before, or those who have been in long-time relationship, they will tell you this. Marriage, wedding is fun, wedding is fantastic, but you see, the day after the wedding, that is when your journey officially begins. That is when you're gonna be ready to face the reality of life. So, Simbi, what do you think she should prepare herself for? Because she married a musician, a superstar for that matter. And I checked into that guy prior to this show. I think he has 2 prominent ex-girlfriends. One of them used to be his video vaccine. I be vixen. Now they call that thing Simbi. Okay.
Vixen, like
Great.
a
Yeah.
female fox.
No worry. Now na grandma they disturb my head. All I know be say one of them used to dance in his videos. Case closed. One of them is a dancer. And then Juma also had this other ex that they've been together for 7 years. She dated the second ex for 7 good years before they broke up, and then he's married to Priscilla. And if what I know about men is right, when you have a 7 years relationship with a woman, it doesn't go away easily unless you figure a way around it to let that relationship stay where it is. So Simbi, tell me, what do you think Prissy should prepare for right now?
Okay, first I'm going to say she has to prepare herself to deal with the female fans. You know how female fans can be. They can be all over you. They can be very annoying.
Mhm.
Yes, they can even force themselves on you. So that's the part she has to prepare herself for mentally. And again, she has to learn to manage her emotions when she's in public with him, because he's a superstar. She's also a celebrity, which means people will always want to come and take selfies, make little short videos for their Instagram and all of that. So she has to learn how to manage her emotions in that regard. And then hmm, she has to learn to develop. I know she already knows this, but if there's anything now, she needs to develop thicker skin for social media trolls. Thicker skin, because people can be very mean with their words. They might just see something, and before you know it, they start, trolling her, trolling her husband. Some people will even find fault where there's no fault. So she needs to grow thicker skin. She already has thick skin. She's an influencer, so she knows how this thing. But thicker skin, she might just think she's ready, but sometimes you
Simbi, we can't hear you anymore. What happened? Simbi left the studio. Tosin, can you hear me?
mute. And what if that particular performance requires a video vixen, like you earlier mentioned? She
All
has
right.
to deal with that.
All
But
right.
then, if Jumba is disciplined and he knows his boundaries, I think they will be just fine. By God's grace.
Okay, cool. Please, my sisters in the chat, I know you guys are not in the studio yet. We will bring you in shortly. Let me know what you think based on the conversation we're having right now. Let me go to the comment and see. Sister Adama said, online in-laws and womb washers should leave her alone. Let her enjoy her young age. Excellent. Sissy said, as for me, all these big extravagant wedding don't move me anymore. Just enter the marriage first. Make 10 years, then let's celebrate. Absolutely, I see what you're saying, Sissy. Of course, even me, I dey pray, may God give me money so that I can throw a huge wedding anniversary party. So I agree with you. Any other comment there? Sister Rose, what's up? How you doing? Okay. Juliet said, yes, darling sister Sissy, I really wish I gave myself some more time. Just maybe things would have been clearer for me. Juliet, I would like to hear your story. I know you are a fantastic woman. You can tell me the story behind the scene, but just don't worry. Things will work out for you in Jesus' name. Okay, things will work out. All right, Tosin.
Amen.
I want to ask you a question from another angle. But before I move to that, while Simbi was talking, Simbi mentioned female fans and their wahala. This girl has been trending since this wedding took place yesterday, and she was trending for all the wrong reasons. So I saw her picture on social media. I don't even know who she was until some people said Panyanya Abi Parana. I don't know who's that guy. They say she's the ex of somebody or something. And then she's trending because the attire she wore to the event, she actually created this sticker, a sticker image of Juma and Prissy, and then she put the guy for her for her bum bum, not be bum bum, be this one. No, she put Prissy for bum bum, and then she put the guy for the apple, the left apple.
Bobby, use Bobby. Everybody understands Bobby or Booby.
So why she put the guy for Bobby? That's what everybody was asking, that this is too much, this is too much. Then somebody said, it even no matter if she had put Prissy on the left Bobby and then the guy for Bum Bum, they go still talk, say she has a plan. But anyway, it is what it is. I just wanted to point that out real quick. Now, Tosin, you are back. The part I want you to address as a young lady, Tosin, is this. Priscilla is now a married woman, and Juma is a married man now, and they are both not from the same country. What's your take on that? Juma is from Tanzania, Priscilla is from Nigeria. What do you think might be some implication of that moving forward?
For me, I think love transcends border, so it shouldn't be a thing to worry about. But then, even at that, there are, there is always this cultural clash or something like that. When you're in the midst of the people, you don't understand their language. Sometimes some things might just come up from maybe a conversation, and you think someone is insulting you. There's
Mhm.
something like a communication clash may come up. But then, if she's been with them for a while now, and if she doesn't find it hard. She's okay with it. She's comfortable with it. She's comfortable with being in the midst of people who are not speaking the same language with her. Then it's good for her because I think in Tanzania the official language there is not English, and it is Swahili. They speak more of Swahili than English. So imagine being in the midst of people who speak like a different language from yours. You would always be on the lookout. You always be suspect. Oh, this person talking about me. What's this person saying? But if she's comfortable with that, I think it's okay. She's good to go.
All right. Shout out to my sister Modupe Adekunle. How are you doing? Okay. Another angle, real quick, is the fact that I gathered that Priscilla is a Christian. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah. She's a Christian,
Yes, sir, she is.
She's a Christian married to a Muslim guy.
a Muslim. Yeah,
Okay. Like I said, I wish them good luck. I wish them best of luck. I wish them a happy home. But I want them to impress me one more time. And when I said to impress me, is because we all know that interreligious marriage in Africa is not easy.
yeah,
Intertribal marriage is another problem. Now to now talk of uh, intercultural marriage, cross-border marriage. So, in other words, these two young couples have so much ahead of them. Okay, but for me, I know one thing for sure: love conquers everything.
yeah.
I know that one for sure. Oh, Jesus,
Sometimes
this is
love is not always enough.
yeah, but love conquers everything. Why I'm saying that is because if you are in love, sometimes all these culture, religion, and everything doesn't matter. Is what matter is just who is in front of you. Who are you dealing with? Who is your partner? How much are you guys willing to sacrifice for each other? And how far are you willing to go with each other? But then, because they are both celebrity, that is why I just feel like these children, some small challenges.
It's just looking as if Priscilla is just thrown in the midst of strangers. Like she's the only odd one in the midst there.
Hmm.
So I hope Juma Jukes is real, is for real. Like he loves her for real and not playing games with her. For his this international music collaboration or something. So
Hmm.
that's what I have, what I think Juma Jukes is looking for deep down. I don't know. I don't know. I'm
Okay.
just
Okay,
being
Tosin, I
speculation.
think there's this speculation out there that he used her to promote that music. Ololufemi, that he used her to promote that music, but I don't know. She's
I
into
don't think he
show
used that.
business.
It is the
No,
pretty
no,
factor
I'm not
though.
saying no, no, no. I'm saying it's a speculation. People are speculating. I'm not
Okay.
saying that. I'm not saying that
Yeah,
I believe that. I'm just
the
saying they're both
speculation.
into show business. So
Yeah,
All right.
the speculation cannot be all wrong because that's the fact. Because nobody did you know Juma Jukes before now? No, nobody knows you. We only knew about Diamond. So it was
yes, that's
just
true.
because he was
Okay.
Yes,
in the limelight.
Priscilla actually,
Okay.
yes, she brought him more into limelight, and then I
Yes,
think she has elevated his career.
All right.
And you know
actually.
what? Yeah, you know the kind of person Iyabo Ojo is, her aura and
Exactly.
everything. So she also helps. Feel like, okay, this is my child's husband. Then yes, I'm all in. She you see, did you
Right.
see that promotion video she did?
All right.
Yes,
All right.
Yeah,
now.
so that's it.
All right. Let's move on to, based on what you guys are discussing right now. I remember one of the things I also read online, and I want us to address that real quick. Do you think they are using each other? That is one of the things that pops up online, and it's because you guys are talking about, oh, she used her to promote his music, she used him to do this. So do you think they are using each other? Because quite frankly, celebrity marriages are most time a kind of transactional marriage. I'm sorry to say, is they look at what are you bringing to me as a brand, and what am I adding to you as a brand. That is usually how it works. You remember Kanye West wedding to Kim Kardashian. I won't lie to you, that is where I give both of them credit. I don't know that those two can actually have 4 kids together, because from the get-go it was obvious the Kardashians need West badly. They need West like no tomorrow. And West himself also need them. So if we're looking at this now from celebrity perspective, do you think they are using each other? That even though they love each other, but somehow it seems like they may have one or two things to gain. Tosin, what's your take?
Yes, I believe they are using each other. I'm saying this because I watched a video way back before this wedding of Priscilla talking about settling with a man. Like whosoever she's going to settle with must come with the money, like come very rich. Like she's not going to settle with a man that does not have any value on add any value on her. We know Priscilla is rich herself. She has her own money, but then Juma Jukes is loaded. So it's that the Juma Jukes is using her for to gain entrance into the Nigerian music market. While
All right.
Priscilla
All right.
is using it.
So Tosi,
Can I continue?
if you say Juma Jude is loaded, do you know his net worth?
I don't think because I think Juma Jukes is like
The
the
money is in
calibers
their
of
family. Their family is
yes,
rich. It's not
yes,
music
they're
that
very
gave
rich.
him. Yeah, they are very rich.
They are very
So
rich. Apart from that, it's in the caliber of the likes of Davido in his own country there. So he has that money, he has that prestige, he has that dignity that comes with being very rich. You know, ladies are all over him. Everybody wants to settle with him. So that I think that's what Priscilla saw, and then Juma Jokes saw that Priscilla's Priscilla as an avenue to gain entrance into the Nigerian market. So, when Nigerians support you, what's the blow nìyẹn?
So
So,
in
and it happened, yes.
there is
So
some
it happened,
level of transaction going on here.
yes, exactly.
All right. But this is one thing I noticed though. When I look at Priscilla, I see true love in her eyes. As a father to girls, and I've been around young girls for way too long. Priscilla truly loved this guy. She loved him deeply, and I get
We
it.
can't be too sure.
I'm sure.
You
I'm
know,
sure she loves him. Yeah.
take away
I
the
know.
money. Do you think she would love him like that?
No, there
That
is
love
that,
you're seeing in eyes.
here is the thing. Oh, you want to say because of money, that's why she loved him? No, no.
Yeah, we
There
saw
is something.
that kind of passion in her eyes with Eniolua. So we all thought she was having something with Eniolua before now. So until she met Juma Jukes, I
No,
don't think
this
I
is
think she loved him though, but then the money factor too is a contributing
the
factor.
money.
Yeah.
Okay, let me address that from how I see it. I don't think the money is the contributing factor. The money just play a role, and here is why. Priscilla already have a status. She's a celebrity. Her mom is famous, and her mom is not a poor woman. Iyabo Ojo came from a rich background. She's rich and she did great herself. So Priscilla has always been in midst of money, and then now the mom groomed her to be an influencer, and she started hustling on her own. That is status right there. When women got status, they are looking for certain kind of man that can match that status, because when I look at the fact that they are both from different country, this is the only reason I think they fell in love with each other and said let's get married, is because they complement each other status wise. But then as a girl again, when I look at Priscilla, I can tell that Priscilla really loved that guy. There are several reasons why I think she do love him, besides seeing it in her eyes. um Juma is a very handsome young man, very fit. He looks good. He's got the whole thing going on. And almost a lot of girls would desire a boy like that. A man like that. Don't even let me call him boy. So I think Priscilla really love him. But as for Juma, when I look at his eyes, I can tell that he loved Priscilla, but I can still see some element of doubt. I'm sorry to say, I'm just saying what I saw. When I look at him closely with everything, all the video they did, that's why I keep telling people that stop posting some shit out there, because you might think, oh, I'm recording this video and this is what I'm showing to people. And when people look at the video, they will be seeing something differently. It's just like the other day I shared something on our backstage. I wanted to share the bass that was going on in one of my YouTube channel, but the moment I shared the video, I think Sister Rose saw it, and then Sister Rose, you know how Sister Rose used to throw me jabs. So Sister Rose dropped something, and then I now look again, and I'm like, oh, wait, oh, it's like, oh, it's like Sister Rose is kind of right with this jab, oh. So that's the thing with showing people videos. People look at video, sometimes it's not what you thought you are showing them that they are seeing. Everything I've seen so far with Juma, I can tell Juma love what come, the way Priscilla are there, everything, all the vibe, all the attention, everything. But yet, when I look deep down, I can still see. Let me leave it at that.
Uncle Ben, I'm sorry, I disagree with you on that one.
Go ahead.
Mm-mm.
You are free. Go ahead.
Juma loves Priscilla.
Okay.
Ejo, he loves her. They both love each other. The only thing I see there is something to benefit from either her or him. They both have something to benefit from each other. Like I said, they're in the show business.
Yeah.
So she can help him promote his music. They can also help Iyabo promote her
You are,
music, sorry, her movie,
you are,
her movies.
you are taking
Yes.
us
So can you
in.
hear me, sir?
I can hear you. You are taking us back, but let me quickly. I get your stance. Say, oh, they love each other. They love each other. We already established two things now. We established that it seems this marriage is transactional, and we also established that there is love and romance in this marriage. I was just trying to tell you what I observe. You get me now? And that is where I think you young ladies, you should be paying attention. When say that they talk one program for Nigeria, say, wait till old person see when he bend down. Young person go stand up to tomorrow, you no go see him. So when I said I observed something, I think I'm not the only one who observed it. And me, Uncle Patrick is even Uncle Patrick even threw some weight behind that codedly, but we will let it go because I want them to be successful and they will be successful in Jesus' name in their marriage. But I saw something. If Priscilla is like my daughter, or I'm close to the family, or if I'm close to Juma as an uncle, I will address what I think I saw in his eyes. Marriage, no be moi moi. You see, wedding, if your wedding is coming, when you pick a date, you are anticipating that day. It's always fun. You will be eager. My wedding day, we're gonna do this. My girls are ready, my boys are ready. The hall is bam. This person go show up. That excitement go there. My dear, I've been there, and I'm telling you. You see, as the wedding they go, everything is sweet. It is always fun. But the moment it comes to an end, if that genuine love is not really there, I'll let it go. Let's leave that conversation for another day. God bless you, Uncle Patrick. Uncle Patrick said, good observation. I reserve my comment. Let's leave that. I can tell you 100% they're going to have a fantastic time. And to make them have a successful marriage, I'm going to move on to the next stage, which is the reason we are here. And let me share the link because this is where I need the matured members of our channel to come in now so that we can have matured conversation.
Uncle Ben, so right now, if I have a man,
yeah,
maybe I'll just make a video into his eyes and you'll be like, CB, I saw something.
he
loves you. How about that?
You understand. Okay. Look, when you see elderly people, by the time their children bring husband home, they are looking beyond that physical appearance of the person where you carry come. They are looking beyond whatever the guy might be doing, how respectful. They are trying to figure out if this boy you brought is a perfect match for you, because as your parent, they know you. I don't know if you girls get what I'm saying now. Okay, just by the virtue of us working together as a team now for some years now, I already know you girls. If tomorrow now you introduce somebody to me and say, hey, Uncle Ben, finally, this guy don't propose, so we are planning our wedding. I will wish you well. I will support you with everything. But because I already know you as somebody who has been there with my small experience, when I look at the guy, I will start researching everything around him in order to tell if that guy is a perfect match for you. So that's why they say, waiting old people see when they bend down. Young people know see, no matter how far they tall, how tall they are, or how they stand. So that's just the point I'm making there. But let's go into the main conversation now. May we begin the bars goes. Just give me 1 second, everybody. All right. So the lesson Every single mom must learn from Iyabo Ojo. That's what we want to talk about now. And it's about to get hot now. I am sorry when I use the term single mom, please bear with me. I'm not using it in the derogatory form that people do use it on social media. No. Even myself, I hate using that terminology just like many other people. There's nothing wrong in calling somebody single mom, but the way we use it is so derogatory. It's like you are reducing the person to a nobody or something. So, but because of the importance of this topic, that is why I carve it this way so that people can see it and say, "Oh, wait till this madman don't talk again." You know. But what are the lessons every single mom must learn from Iyabo Ojo? This lesson is not just for single mom, because whenever you have single mom, you are going to have corresponding single dad on the other side. Let's be clear. So you have single mom, you also have single dad. See, Uncle Beno, say solo parent. Solo parent. Sisi never start. I think God beg you. Anyway, let's continue the conversation. So, what are the lessons single mom or single dad must learn from Iyabo Ojo's daughter's wedding? Number one, as a single mom, there is high chances that you are going to raise your kids alone, especially if that your ex is from a place like Nigeria. I'm not saying all Nigerian men are deadbeat that do lie. I'm just saying it because it's very common in our society for women to be divorced and then the husband will just disappear. Or the husband won't even disappear. He will just say, I have nothing to do with it, because to them, they feel like when you divorce the husband, they always feel like, how dare you? I spent money to marry you. I settled your family. I did everything. You are a wayward woman. You are disrespectful. I'm trying to correct you and you don't want to take correction. Now you have the effortry to divorce me. Okay, go now. Let me see how you will raise the children. So it's common in our society. Now, when you raise your children alone, the trend these days is that some single mom they will swear everything that there is no way your papa will ever be in your life. There is no way. All kinds of things. Then, when it's time to pay back, one of the area they like to pay back is during the wedding. They don't want the father to be part of the wedding. And we have seen this in many cases. When the daughter is finally getting wedding because the man is not active in their life, or based on whatever they got going, you will see the mom will be all over the place doing everything to make sure the dad is not part of the celebration. And again, for some mother who had moved on, they got married and they now brought like a stepdad into the life of the children, they will somehow want the stepdad to play the role of the father. Don't get me wrong. Some stepdad are really great men. They will step in, they will show up, and they will show up big time. They will take care of the children. They will play the role of the father in raising the children, providing for them, caring for them, and everything. And because of that, some woman will simply say, you know what, the stepdad will play that role. Now, there are occasions when even the daughter or son may decide that they don't want their father to be part of their big day because the man was never there. Okay, but I'm talking about mothers first. So what a lot of African mothers does that is raining these days is to separate the father. Many of them now are even taking it to the point that during the traditional marriage, during the introduction, during every stage of the wedding, some of those mom want to be the one to collect the cola, collect the money. They want to be the one to determine everything because they felt entitled, which they are actually right to be entitled. They felt that I did everything, I raised my children, I not go do this. If you can't reach when they don't grow now, you won't come be part of their life, and then they will cut the father off. So question number one: should a mother who raised a child all by herself allow the father to be part of the daughter's wedding day? That's the first question. Okay. Should, I don't want to use this single mom again, I don't like it. Should mothers who raised daughters allow their eggs to be part of the wedding? Okay. So question number one, to my sisters and anybody want to help us make it make sense, you're going to address that for us. Now let me move on to the second question. The second question is, whose happiness matters on wedding day? All these questions, they are somehow tied together. So, and I trust my panelists. When I don't begin see through it now. Second question: whose happiness really matter on wedding day? Now, third question: what is the best way to what is the best way to pay back a deadbeat dad? What is the best way to pay back a deadbeat father? So let's start this conversation. But before we go deep into this, as I was saying, a lot of mom these days don't want the children father to be part of the wedding day. They want to occupy all the space. They want to be in charge. They want to take control. In fact, many of them will end up doing too much. A typical example from my own culture is Tope Alabi. I am not taking away whatever she did or how she raised her children, but I gathered that when Tope Alabi's daughter was getting married, she did not allow the father to be part of the celebration. Tosin, do you want to explain that to us real quick? What went down with the Tope Alabi situation? Because I want to use Tope Alabi because she's also a successful, famous superstar in Nigeria. And I want to use her as a comparison to what Iyabo Ojo did and why Iyabo Ojo has now earned my respect 101%. So what's happening with the Tope Alabi situation, Tosin?
According to your question, you said whose happiness matters on your child's wedding day.
No. Let's talk
According
about
to the
Tope
report,
Alabi real quick. What happened with Tope Alabi first?
I am trying to answer that question.
Oh,
This
okay.
isn't
All right.
that question you asked.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, for Tope Labi's part, according to what I read online, Tope Labi claimed that she actually wanted her daughter to make peace with the dad. But since the dad was not responsible, was not present in her life since she was a toddler, since she was a baby, like he was literally absent from her life. So he just showed up. All of us saw him showing up after the child's graduation. Like she graduated from university. That was when you now remember that you have a child somewhere. So according to what I read, Dr. Labi wanted to have a relationship with the father to catch up with the lost years so far. But the child was like, no, 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 no. I haven't known this man. I don't know this man. What does he want from
Okay.
me? He suddenly wants to reap from where he didn't sow. So she didn't. The decision was just like Papa Labi's action was something like playing to the playing
Got
the movie, playing the script, sorry, playing the script the child wrote. Like she doesn't want the dad, the biological dad, there since he
it.
wasn't present in her life all through. But for Iyabo Ojo's case, the dad was present 100%. And
Okay.
I haven't seen anywhere where Iyabo Ojo claimed that our ex-husband was never present in the lives of our children. So it's just two different cases and two different scenarios. And for Tokpe Labi's part, it was the child's decision. and not
Okay.
Okpelabi's decision. Yeah.
That's an excellent one. Now, let us ask and answer this question. Please, if you want to help us answer this question, please, you can enter the studio. God bless you. And so now let's take it one step at a time. Let me start with you, CB. CB, should mothers who raise daughters allow their eggs to be part of the wedding? Over to you.
Uncle Ben, when you say allow, you're insinuating that the father was absent all through the child's life.
Listen, in some cases, the father is not absent, but some women are just wicked. Let's call it what it is.
Okay,
Some women are
okay,
just wicked. They just don't want him to be there because maybe he's poor, or maybe the way he treated the woman during the marriage. Maybe he's one of those nasty men that treated the woman anyhow. You feel me now? So, but
okay.
generally, what's your take on the question?
Okay, so I'm going to say if he was present in their lives, then he deserves to be invited to the wedding. But if he was absent, like a complete deadbeat, someone else should take his place. Yes, because at the end of the day, it's the child's happiness that matters. What does that child want? I mean, if we don't have a relationship, why are you coming to collect my dowry? That's just my take.
Okay, now let me start making some points here. Maybe you can resonate with some people. Do you understand the tradition and how powerful it can be? And Simbi.
Yeah, Uncle Ben, why do we always play the traditional card? If the father understands that he is supposed to play his role as a dad and he didn't play it, what happened to tradition back then? You are supposed to bring up your child, you're supposed to be present in their lives. There are things
Okay,
that fathers can do that mothers cannot do, no matter how hard they try. Like I know because I'm missing my dad every day. There are some things I want to resolve and I can't even talk to my mom about it. It's
I'm just
just it's just my dad that can play that role.
I'm just
I don't know
asking.
if you're understanding me, sir.
I understand you, but I'm asking a simple question. Do you know the significance or the impact of tradition in marriage settings?
Yes, sir.
Sincerely,
I know. It's very yes, sir,
if you
I do.
if you don't know the weight of that question, you can say, okay, maybe I really don't know because I'm going somewhere with this. Young ladies and young men these days, where we talk about tradition, what comes to their mind is that, oh, old school, old school, old school. We don't do that anymore. And yet, when you see some people running from pole to post, be pillar to post, how do they talk? You'll be wondering what happened. When you see some people who have attained a lot of success in their life, and now that they are married and things are just being difficult, you won't understand where it's coming from. I just wanted to emphasize how the failure to observe culture and tradition can turn around and be a stumbling block later. There is a reason.
Uh
There is a reason our Lord Jesus Christ said, "Give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar." But it's like people are not really getting that. You don't joke with tradition. Anyway, you wanted to say something. We have CC in the building already.
Hey everyone.
Hi Sissy, welcome.
What's
So
up?
I was going to say if tradition is that important to us, is the deadbeat father not aware that okay, in the future there's a role I have to play? Why don't I just stay in my child's life and play my own role? How about that? Can we just talk more about men not abandoning their kids for the woman to raise alone? Can we talk more about that? Because that's the case. This mentality of my children will find me is the reason why most of them are laid back and they don't play their roles.
Okay, thank you. I see where you're coming from, but just try as much as possible to learn from this. Toasting the same question to you. Toasting background is always noisy. I don't know where this guy is. Anyway, Toasting, same question. Should parents ignore culture and tradition when we are talking about marriage, wedding, marriage, and everything? Should they ignore culture and tradition? And Tosin, Anyway, maybe Tosin don't hear me. Tosin, can you hear me? Nigeria. Anyway, Sisi. Okay, let's begin this.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Sisi. Thank you, Sisi. I believe you'll be listening to what I've been saying so far. Tosi, can you please mute yourself now? You mute yourself. I'm even trying to mute herself. You know, green mute.
I think it's a network. Maybe
Oh,
it's a network. Network can be funny sometimes.
Sisi. Now, Sisi.
It's me.
Sisi
It's
is
me.
the ground.
How? Oh, because I'm outside, but I don't have any kids here.
No, I can just hear that hoo-ha. All right.
Okay.
Not so much to discuss. So, Sisi, you've seen the question on the screen right now. Should mothers who raise daughters allow their eggs to be part of the wedding day? Over to you, my sister.
I think it's not up to the mothers. For me personally, it's up to the child, because irrespective of your relationship with your ex, I think it should be down to the child. I'm in this situation. My daughter, my eldest daughter is 21. Her dad hasn't been present in her life. He comes, he goes. He hasn't been financially supportive. You know, he's very his presence in her life growing up has not been a positive one, right? They do maintain, kind of, now that she's got older, they're trying to rebuild a kind of a relationship, which is just based off of, okay, he calls me, I call him. If he wants me to come over, she goes over. They try to make effort to see each other, but she said point blank period, when I get married, my dad is not going to do anything like walk me down the aisle. Her graduation actually is coming up soon. She's finishing university, just submitting her last assignment. I think her graduation will be in July by God's grace. And she said, my dad he's not invited, because up until now, he has not played any significant part. So why should he rock up on a graduation, take pictures, be there for a Kodak moment, and then post it on his status to be showing people, oh, he's done a fantastic job? He hasn't done anything, to put it mildly. He has not done anything to contribute to this girl's life. So, to me, as a parent, I've never stood in the way of her maintaining whatever relationship it looks like. I've always told her to manage her expectations. Your dad is not the type of person that is present, but when he tries, you meet him with his trying. If he doesn't try, you also don't try. You do what you feel is right for yourself. I don't get involved. If she wants to have a dad at her wedding one day, fantastic. But if she chooses not to, I completely understand as well. It shouldn't be based on tradition and all these emotional crutches that Africans like to use to emotionally blackmail or keep people hostage. You don't know the pain of not having a present father. You don't know the nights when that child has waited for that parent has disappointed them. You don't know the times when they should have been at events, like maybe at sporting events or at events where other people's dads were present. Your own dad wasn't there. But then, because of culture, because of tradition, you should plaster a fake smile on your face on the biggest day of your life, whatever celebration that is, and pretend that this person means something to you because of tradition. Nah, I'm not there for the BS. Absolutely not. And if my child wants that, that's her choice. But as for me, if it's down to me, I will say no. But that's just me being selfish, because I know what I've passed through. I know what I've been through as a teenage parent. If not for the support of my mum, I mean, he's done nothing. You know, I've really struggled, right? And I've pushed myself because I've tried to make the best for my child then, when I had my daughter at 17. And for somebody to now come at the end of the race to take all the glory, nah, it doesn't sit well with me. I'm sorry. I'm not bitter. I'm not angry. But just in my spirit, I feel like you should be hiding your face in shame. You shouldn't even want to be present at things like that, because you don't deserve to be. You don't deserve to be. Those things are held for people who are present parents. That's when parents reap their glory, right? When your child gets their first job, maybe their professional job in their career that they've chosen after putting them through school. You know, when they get married, you take that. It's like the badge of honor for a parent, right? For most parents. So why do you, as somebody who has not been present, you've been absent, you've not contributed in any way, you've never helped with homework, you don't. This man doesn't even know what schools my daughter attended. He doesn't even know what course she's even doing at university. But you want to come and rock up on her graduation day to be smiling and taking pictures? Absolutely not. And I'm glad that at least she's not swayed by all these emotional things. She's like, no, my dad doesn't deserve to be there. My mom and my grandma, my uncle, my aunties, those are the people that deserve to stand by her. We're the ones that have supported her. They're the ones that have helped with homework. They're the ones that have turned up when maybe I've been indisposed or I'm not available. My mom is the one that's been there as a second parent with my daughter.
All right.
So she's the one who deserves all the glory, not her dad. No.
All right. All right. Thank you, Cece. Um, I quite understand what you're saying. I see. Shout out to my Didi, Sister Mario, Sister Natu, all the way from Niger. Thank you, everybody who are part of the show. This is a very, very sensitive conversation, so I'm just taking my time to talk about it, and I appreciate you, Sissy, bringing it to 100. You said something, and it's part of what I'm trying to point out in this show. You said he has not been there, which in a lot of cases there are many men who are not there in the life of their children. The mother have to do everything all by herself. But what you said that I wanted to highlight is, you said, why should he now come and take my glory? Which is exactly the way a lot of women felt about their children wedding. Once they raise kids, they did everything, and then the wedding is around the corner. Women just instantly see like, oh, this man is coming to take my glory. And that's why I want
to me, it's not about taking the glory. For me, it's most of the time these men that have not been present. Do you think it's on the day of the wedding that they're going to step up and pay for everything? Most of these men, they're not even contributing financially to these weddings. Again, they're just coming to collect. They want to collect dowry. They want to be collecting gifts. They want to be collecting, I don't know, maybe colonna or whatever the tradition is, right? You will not see these absent fathers on the day of the child's wedding. They'll be paying for the wedding, they'll be paying for the drinks, they'll be paying for the food, they'll be paying for they will not shoulder all those financial responsibilities. I've seen it with my own eyes. A lot of these absent, you're telling me that a man who's been absent for 20, 30 years of a child's life is going to rock up on the wedding day and he will say, oh, I'm going to cover all the costs. They never do. They're just there to be bums, to be guests. So to me, the least or the most you will even get is to be a guest. To be a guest, because you sit at the sidelines and you watch somebody else walk your child down that aisle and to feel small, because that's what you deserve. I'm sorry, it's not really about the glory. It's just that these men, even at those moments, they still don't step up and contribute. Very rarely, very, very rarely do they. So you're still there as the mom, running around with your family, maybe running around with your partner if you're married, or running around with your family members to raise up the money to finance the wedding, and this man will just come, do picture moments and eat food and be going as usual. No. So it's not really, for me, it's not really about the glory. It's just that you're still, even in that moment, there's nothing that you're really even bringing to the table apart from your presence.
All right.
Whether you're there or not there, it will still go ahead anyway.
All right, Sissy, I love your point. I love your take. Shout out to my sister, Mo Fresh, sweet name. And Sister Marriott, shout out to you. So Sister Marriott said, you need to explain the tradition you are referring to. I can't even see it. Well, Simbi, can you read it? I don't want to wear glasses.
Okay.
Right now.
So Sister Marriott is saying you need to explain the tradition you're referring to, what it is rooted in, and why the tradition doesn't work about caring for their children. I think she's referring to deadbeat dads.
Thank you. Yeah, that's a good question. And then Mo Fresh, so that we can take them all at the same time.
Okay, More Fresh is saying asking if the mother should allow sounds like blame shifting to me. Why put the blame on the mother? A child who is old enough to marry is an adult, and the decision.
Okay. That's a good one. Continue with Mo Fresh.
Okay, I think that's a continuation. She said, and the decision belongs to the child, not necessarily the mother.
All right. Now, Sister Natu said, "Na Iyabo Ojo get this word, you can't tell me nothing." All right. So let me quickly, before I come back to you, Sissy, let me quickly answer the question. Let me quickly answer the question Marriott asked. Sorry, I'm producing at the same time. So, Sister Marriott, to address the question of tradition, I want us to take a few steps back here and think deeply. Tradition these days sounds like it really don't mean nothing, but we have seen something. Culture and tradition play a huge role in our daily lives. And when it comes to marriage, when it comes to as Africans, I'm not talking as Westerners now. I don't care about Western culture. I only pick what interests me, Western culture. I'm still an African man. As African, sometimes when divorce happened, the father have gone his way, the mother has also gone her way. But there are some people who will still own it against the mom. You know where we are coming from. People mostly they don't see the fault from the men. It's always the women. They blame the women all the time. Hey, she do this, yeah, she divorced her husband. She wanted to enter the street. Blah blah. Yeah. They blame the women. There are some people that we really get stuck on that, and they are monitoring the woman. As you are raising the children, as you are doing everything, they are monitoring you. If peradventure the man no do well, wherever he carry his head go, the women will still be the one they will blame. Anything at all, it all come back to the woman. Now, once the woman raised the children to the point where they are now matured and they want to get married, these same in-laws, these same bad belly people, this monetary spirit who cover up with tradition and culture, they are looking for perfect opportunity to strike. I'm a Christian, but at the same time, I don't fuck with culture and religion and tradition. I always respect it. Now, some of them are looking for a perfect opportunity to do their evil work. So, if the woman peradventure has been saying, "Lie, you did not raise my children with me. You will never enjoy anything from them. They will. You are not their father." Blah 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 blah. Sometimes some of those deadbeat dad, some of them don't care. They don't even know that what they are doing is really terrible. They don't even know that they are a failure. But because the woman has done an amazing job raising their children now, some people are still mad with her. So they are waiting for perfect moment to strike. That is why the issue of father being present during wedding or not, I just want mothers to think about it. I can only advise in my own little capacity. Maybe it will help. So where it comes in is once you give that daughter out and you cut the father off because the woman is pissed, or some women we even allow the father to come, but the daughter will say, lie, my father will not be here. He was never here. These evil prying eyes, that is when they will step in and say, oh, he's the mother. He won't shade where they've not done this before. How dare she give out this daughter all by herself? That's when they will start their evil journey. That's what I meant when I said earlier that sometimes when some people are married and they start going through a lot of problem, some might be looking for children, some might be struggling financially, some of them, the husband that has been doing well before will all of a sudden become somebody who is now a broke jack. Business might be dying. A whole lot of things can happen. And we've seen situations like this that even when the woman is running, you go to one pastor today, you go to another one tomorrow, you do 21-day fasting, you do 50 days fasting. The solution won't come out because there are some evil people who are taking advantage of that moment. They are just hanging on to that to do their evil. I've lived in this life for 40-something years now, and I've seen it happen. Even recently, maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, it still happened again, real life. It happened for US, it happened for Nigeria. I've seen it happen multiple times, that once they start struggling and they start running around, even if you are telling them that all this up and down where they run, do you know you can simply fix this thing just by, even if na cola nut and wine, just go drop and where you supposed to drop and the whole thing will go away. That's just what I'm saying. Because at the end of the day, and based on what my sister say here, more fresh, at the end of the day, people will say the woman did not allow the husband to be part of the wedding. They don't know the woman's struggle. They don't know what this woman has been through. They don't know the sleepless night, sleepless day, the struggle she has to endure, the hoops she has to jump in order to raise the children. They don't know. They will just say she no allow. So my sister more fresh. That is why I use the term allow. Because in this Iyabo Ojo situation, I've seen people said it online. Iyabo Ojo, when they did Tanzania wedding, the father was not there. And Iyabo Ojo did not allow the father to come. And when they go this way, the father was not there. Iyabo Ojo did not allow him to come. Okay, let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. Maybe, just maybe, when they will do the Lagos wedding, maybe Iyabo Ojo will allow the husband to be there. That's why I use that term, allow. Our society as Africans has been wired to blame women for almost everything. That's the reason I said aloud. But now, to answer what Sisi said and what everybody has said so far now, let me now bring in the second question. So I thank God my Sisi is back here with me. Let me bring in the second question here. So, if we really want to understand where I'm going with my narrative, answer this question. Whose happiness really matters on the wedding day? If you know the perfect answer to this question, you will see why, for me or as Uncle Ben, why I have 1000% respect for Iyabo Ojo after seeing this wedding. So, Sisi, if I have to come back to you now, my sister, whose happiness truly matters on the wedding day? Because a lot of women out there have said, no, you cannot be a dead before you run around the place. Now it's on the wedding day. You want to come and show. You want to come and stay one corner. It will not happen. Last year, I will walk her down. And thank God, you know, my sister Mario Sabi kept record. Sister Mario don't talk and I'll say, when Fred Amata issue happened, I was doing brotherhood, Nagbas, both so true. Because I can't stand it. How can a woman say, I will do what is considered abomination, walking your own daughter down the aisle? Let anybody walk her down the aisle, I don't care. But you walking her down the aisle, you are already bringing a lot of problem to the innocent children's life. So, but that is
my God.
That's about Fred Amata. Let's just focus on the one we have here. Whose happiness truly matter on that wedding day? So, Sisi, whose happiness
go for it.
wedding day?
The happiness I've said already. The happiness is, for me, any parent who really looks at it and looks at it well, right? The happiness comes down to the child. So if the child wants the parent, the absent father there or whatever, it's up to them. So for me, it's 100% my daughter's decision. It's 100% her choice. If that's what she chooses, I'll go with it. Will I be happy deep down inside? Absolutely not. But can I pretend? Yes. For the day to go well and for her to be happy. There's no issue for me. But at the end of the day, to me, a decision like that, it's down to the child, you know? So it should be irrespective of what the parent or the mother wants or whatever, you know? Because really, if you have your child's best interest at heart, if that's what they truly want on their special day, just allow it to be. After all, it's just one day. I mean, the person has been absent for 20, 30 years. What's one day seeing the person really going to do to you? It doesn't change anything, right? So you just make that accommodation, and the day will end, and then they'll go back to being absent as they've always been. So to me, it comes down to whatever the child wants. That's where the true happiness is.
So in a nutshell, on the wedding day, the happiness of the child is what matters the most.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Now, for a mom that has vowed that this man will never be here, even the family, because some women, when they take this battle out, they take it full on out. The father will not be there, the father's family, anybody, now wahala. In fact, they will use drama to spoil their child's wedding. If they happen, they will dominate everything. It will be so obvious that this woman is all about this wedding. No, it's not. This woman is not really care much about this wedding. No, She just care about how she want to prove to the whole world. I raised them. Yeah, the father cannot be here. And then at the end of the day, the mom will now be the story and not the wedding. That's what I'm saying here. So thank you, Sisi, for at least agreeing with me that what truly matters is the child's happiness, because that is exactly what Iyabo Ojo has done. I've come to social media today. Since I woke up before this show, I've gone on social media and I saw instantly how people begin to change the narrative. All the things they've taught, everything that they have said about Iyabo Ojo, how Iyabo Ojo is this horrible, terrible woman, they started to change it. I'm like, whoa, wow. Now like this human being be. No. Now don't they change your tone. So that's the point. At the end of the day, the happiness of the child is what matters. And I just want to link this to what my sissy said earlier, because there are a lot of men that always said, no, you can't take the glory. You can't take the glory that day. You cannot come here. You cannot do this. You cannot do that. Auntie, it's not about you. God has blessed you. You have done an amazing job raising these children. This is not about you. This is about your daughter. It is about their marriage. It's about their future. Even later on, let me just tell you now, if you do all this and then you kind of negate the role of tradition and culture, hey, when the wahala goes start, by God's grace, it will not happen in anybody's children's life. Oh, and it does not happen in many people's life, but it's still happening in some people's life. I'm just saying, the few that may not be lucky, that some monitoring spirit will actually get involved in the case and start tormenting the life of that child that you have labored for after marriage. By the time the child met some grown people and they tell her that, okay, let's rewind, let's see what happened. On your wedding day, what happened? And the child said, oh, my dad was there at my wedding. He said, deadbeat dad. Yeah, I don't even want him. I will never see him. Some people who really have knowledge of how African traditional culture works, they will tell you, there is a problem. Go and fix it. Some of these child will turn around and blame the parent again and say, Mom, you are the elders. You should have known. You should have been there. I'm just saying, no, because sometimes when divorce happens, everybody has a story to tell. And men, we've done some show here where we let you guys know that men, we think straight. Women think about everything, but we just hang on to one thing. I have seen a man that divorced his wife, and he just emphasized just one reason why the divorce happened. And he continues to blame the wife. To him, he is right, the wife is wrong. And by the time the wife finally opened out and told us what happened, that man, Najugunu, the man was the terrible one, maltreated the woman. But in his mind, he believed he is right. That is what happened when people fight. When divorce and separation happen, that is what you will have your own story. The man will have his own story. African men will now fail. They will not step up, knowing that, okay, even though we are divorced, I'm still supposed to take care of the children. Some of them will not do shit. They won't. And many of the men like that, they are the bitter ones that they can literally turn themselves to Babalawo. They don't care whatever will happen. They will become the enemy against the woman and the children. I am just saying that for me, if you can do one little thing, if you can overlook one little thing, just to ensure that your children's life is okay after wedding, I don't think it is too much. It's painful, but I'm just saying, and I'm not asking anybody to take this advice. Don't take it, please. But
As for me, then, all of that is just sentiment and things off, by the way. If they've been okay for the last 30 years without the absent father, they'll be okay. It's all right. Nothing will happen to them. End of story. All that is emotional blackmail. It doesn't work. I'm sorry. Nah.
No.
Nothing will happen to the kids.
Uncle
They'll
Ben,
be very okay.
Uncle Ben, please, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Why is it that when it comes to culture and tradition, it's always I mean, they structure it in a way that is always against women. Because why are there no consequences for a deadbeat? Why is it that okay, just because he's absent
Exactly.
at the
Why is he not
marriage,
absent? He
then the
any
evil
curses are
ones
on
can
him.
now penetrate? Why didn't they penetrate when the child was still very young and had a deadbeat?
Absolutely. Exactly.
Why is tradition always like that? Why are they always against women? Women, oh, you did this, you did that. Oh, don't touch the colanos, don't touch the male goats, don't do this, don't do that. It's still a human being that made that tradition. My dad said something before he died. He said any tradition that causes you pain is not worth it. He said that. Because why are the evil ones not coming while the man was absent?
All
And
right.
then these men, they come for the marriage, and then after the marriage they disappear again. It's not like they will even guide their kids through the marriage. No, they will disappear again. So why? I don't understand. I kind of feel like, or else the child wants the dad there, he's not needed. You're a deadbeat.
Thank you. We're doing this show for people to learn. That's all I can say. And we're doing this show because we don't know who might find themselves in this type of situation tomorrow. I've lived for a while and I've seen people went through shit. I've seen people suffer. I've seen people experience terrible, terrible things that they don't deserve and they can't understand what's up. They can't understand what's up. Shout out to Man of Prestige. Baba, how you did now? I missed your show yesterday. I didn't know you were live yesterday. Where is Man of Prestige? Yeah. Sorry, I didn't know you were live yesterday. Well, please, my sisters and brothers, I know how painful this can be. And I quite agree with you that everything I described, everything I said, it sounds like emotional manipulation, like you all said. Yes, it is. But we are talking about life here. When you see some people said, I did everything I could, why is this thing happening to me? Especially young ladies and young men these days. Yeah, why is this happening to me? What have I done? Why is this thing happening to other people and it's not happening for me? How come people who are not even as beautiful as mine, they are finding their husband? Oh, how come people who are not even as educated as I am, they are having a happily married life? Why? If you guys want to be honest with me, you will have heard or seen one or two people who are in this dilemma that can't answer it. That why? I've said here before, for me, I'm a Christian, but I'm not a fanatic. I look at situation as it is, but I believe you give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar for your own peace. Somebody asked me one question one time, Uncle Ben, how come people they marry, they enjoy them, they are having everything going smoothly, and some people now war, even when they are supposed to be having a fantastic marriage? And I say, well, if you can't put your hands on the causes of that problem, then it becomes spiritual. If you have go to therapy, you've gone to see counselor, you've talked to pastor, you talk to everybody, still, wahala still there. You adjust, you bend, you embrace, still the problem is still there. That is spiritual. That is spiritual. And sometimes you can fix spiritual attack with a simple solution. That's my take, and that is why I ask, who do you think the happiness matters in this case? I've seen women who have ruined their children's life just because they don't recognize that on that wedding day, the person that the happiness truly matter is your baby. And if your child tells you, because these modern day women, especially this young one, they no send. I want Kanaku, I want Gen Z. They will actually tell their deadbeat that I don't want to see you anywhere close to my wedding. I don't even want to have nothing to do with you. They go tell their papa say they don't want because the papa na deadbeat. But if you want to take anything away from what I'm saying today, please, as a mother, if you can convince your daughter that if the father want to be present, let him present. You are not doing the father a favor, but rather you are removing all kinds of madness, all kinds of craziness that may come up later. I am yet to see a young girl that wake up and say, "Oh, when I marry, I won't marry, make I divorce." You know the day. I'm yet to see a young woman that will say, "Okay, when I get married, though, I want me bad thing happen in my marriage." You know they. But again, we are just sharing. If it sounds reasonable to you, work on it. Now, let me move on to the final thing. What is the best way to pay back a deadbeat father? This is where I want to round it up in my own opinion. There is a way, welcome my sister Adama. There is a way you can pay back a deadbeat dad. Several ways you can flog a man that even him, he go even blame himself for showing up in that wedding. I don't know whether you guys want to hear this. My sister Adama, let me add you to the conversation. You heard what we said so far. What's your take, Riggs, real quick, man? Before I enter this final.
Good afternoon, Uncle Ben. How are you doing? Happy Good Friday to everyone. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes. My opinion in regards to this topic is this. Let's start by this. Parents need to learn to have relationship with their kids. Because why I say this is very important. We have a lot of parents, a lot of kids who are raised in a two-parent home, but some do not seem to know who their kids are because they are so busy with life that they barely have time for the children, and is left for one of the partner, either the mom or the dad. We're busy these days chasing the bags that we leave those children, and that's why you see them observing social media the way they do. And at the end of the day, you have parents who do not know their children. We need to make an effort, especially for those that have daughters. For me, it's very important that my husband has a relationship with his daughters outside me, because at the end of the day, they look up to their father first as their role model. I don't believe in these things where kids look at people outside as their role model. Your role model should be your parents. You should show an example what it is like to be in a good marriage, to be raised in a happy home. So let's start by this. What you said is true. We have a lot of men who are absent, who, let's say, a marriage doesn't work out tomorrow, and they use the children as a pawn. Please, to our single women and those who do not have the presence of the father in the life of the kids, you are doing them a lot of damage. Separate your relationship with their father and allow your children to foster a relationship with their dad. Because guess what? At the end of the day, when this child grows up, they're entitled if they want to have a relationship with their child or not. You can't tell them what to do. Why I say that is this. I know a situation that happened. This woman got remarried. She broke up. Her child was raised by her and her the stepdad. On the day of her wedding, she requested for her dad to be the one to walk her, and her dad was never present. And guess what? The mom had no choice but to honor it because it's her choice. It's not about your feeling. When a child wakes up tomorrow and say, I want to have a relationship with my dad, I want to, like, allow me, please allow these children to have relationship with their dad. That it didn't work out with you and that man does not mean he's not good enough to be the father of those kids. And for our men who want to work out and leave these women as single men, please, Two grown adults, whenever you decide that you don't want to be together with each other, is your decision. But do not punish the case for it. Yes, you start a new life and you start going on, wherever life take you. Remember, is your responsibility as a man. Once you bring a child to this word, is your responsibility to take care of it. If you know you're not ready to have a child, please, whenever you're being intimate with your partner, wear a condom. All this will be avoided. And to Iyabo Ojo, kudos to her. She did her job. Will I allow my daughter at 24 to get married? No. That is just my own personal opinion, because where my daughter is alive now, I have a 24-year-old. She has too many things going for her. The last thing on her mind is marriage. And yes, she's accomplished a lot. So the last thing I want for her to do now is get married. I want her to know who she is first, enjoy life, and discover who she is before she go into it. Because one thing our young ones don't tend to understand, marriage will humble you. It's not about being a Gen Z body and anything like that. I don't know if you saw the video, Uncle Ben. What Tokomuyiwa did an interview and said she's willing to be a third, fourth, number, whatever number of wife it is. At the end of the day, it goes back to the topic where we had last week. No matter how accomplished you are as a woman, you need someone to enjoy that money with. And in order for you to have that partner, you have to realize and weigh your priorities in life, because no matter how accomplished you are, you don't want to come home to an empty bed. Maybe some people do, but trust me, I love coming home to a man at night. That's just my personal opinion. Thank you, sir.
All right. Now I have few questions here. I'm already rounding up now. The first question is: should mothers who raise daughters allowed the ex to be present at their wedding? Sister Adama.
Yes, I would say this. If he chooses, it should be okay. Let me ask you something. Rephrase your question. Are you saying should daughters allow their dad to be present in their wedding in terms of their big day?
I'm talking about the mother, not daughters now, because we've
Mm-hmm.
already know that at the end of the day, and that's why I always like my viewers here. Everybody' opinion is like top notch. It boils down to the daughter, but there are some mother that took it upon themselves that no, I raised this child, they no born you well. The father will never be part of this great day. So that's why I'm asking the question: should mothers who raise daughters allow their ex to be part of the wedding day?
They should allow their heirs to be part of the wedding day. This is why I say this. If at your age you're grown enough to get married, you can't make decisions for your own, you can't have a mind of your own, you need your mom's or your parents' influence for you to make decisions, you're not grown yet. Because what defines an adult is for you to be able to make difficult decisions, even when it makes you uncomfortable. So for a mom to influence their child not to allow your dad come to your special day, something is seriously wrong with that person as a parent and as a child.
Okay. Now, if the daughter said no, I don't want my dad to be there, that's right. That's okay, right?
If the daughter says she doesn't want her dad to be there,
Mhm.
is her is her choice.
Okay,
But
good.
this is what I would say if she doesn't want her dad to be there.
We can't hear you again, no,
Oh,
sister
can you
Adama.
hear me now? Can you hear
Yeah,
me now?
yeah, we can hear you now.
If she doesn't want her dad to be there, that's her choice. But what our advice is, let her have that communication with her dad and not involve her mom. Let her, as the adult who has made that decision, why she doesn't want her father there, let her be the one, call her dad, sit him down, and explain to him why I don't need your presence or I don't want you showing up on this day.
Thank you. The next question I asked before you came is whose happiness really matter on the wedding day? Is it the single mom that raised the child all by herself or the children who are actually getting married?
I would say it's the child, because as a mom, to raise someone to that level, you've lived your life as a parent. So your every prayer, the parents of every the prayer of every parent is to stay alive and watch your children do better than you do. Like it's no, it's all about the child. It's not about you. So allow them to do their own thing. You've lived your life. Just trust their decision and know that you've raised a human being that is capable enough to do it, something on their own.
Thank you very, very much. I like how we just do and pack, 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 pack. Thank you, my Dr. Adama. All right, now Sisi is back.
Uncle Ben,
Yes.
Uncle
Yes,
Ben, may I have a question now?
okay.
And anybody can answer. Please, if reverse was the case,
hmm
um, does this still apply?
Absolutely.
Because we know that there are some women that actually just drop their kids and they disappear.
hmm
And they come in the future to ask for forgiveness. I'm saying, if reverse is the case, are we still going to feel this way? Or we just have sentiments when it comes to men?
Absolutely. You saw the question. If you just flip the question, it's the same thing I would say. If the mom is not present, the father raised the child all by himself and everything, which we see, but the cases are not just very common. Like when is the mom that do it? Here comes the
But
wedding.
I think the women get it worse, even
Eh,
when they do come back. The women get it worse because they feel like, oh, as a woman, it's a taboo to leave your child. At least for a man, it's kind of like, okay, the man didn't, hold the child. You didn't give birth to the child. You didn't nurture the child in their womb for 9 months. So, the attachment is not as strong as people expect for a woman, which is true. But I feel like even when the woman is an absent mother, it's always there isn't that much room for the woman to really come back. I hardly, even with the kids, I hardly see it because I feel like it's even worse.
mhm. Sissy, we
Yeah.
lost.
Did you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. Where did I get up to? Sorry.
Yeah, you said the women take it worst, even if they come back.
No, I said the women get it worse, even when they do come back, when they have been the one that has been the absent parent. Because a lot of people are not ready for people just to let bygones be bygones, like they will for men. Like, oh, let them be part. I feel like the treatment is harsher when it's the woman who has been absent. And most times she's not really allowed to take part in anything, to be honest. Her part as being, mom of the bride or whatever, to be there is not really warranted, is not really allowed. Whereas for men, there's always the exception made. Oh, the dad must be there, the dad. But if the reverse is the case, most times the women are completely phased out and they're not even invited or they're not allowed to be part of the wedding.
But if you ask me, it's the same thing. If the daughter want to feel connected to her mom, even I know of one sister now. I don't discuss my clients anyway, but I have a sister who found herself in this very situation you just described. The mother is an AA, and then wahala happened. American get history anyway. So the mother was not present in her life, and then when uh after she become grown woman, accomplished a lot, the father was the one who raised her and her stepsisters because the father married again. And at age 32, where she was gonna get married, because the mother now waka show up, she said she was bitter, she was angry, but she said she still wants her biological mom to be at her wedding. But guess what she said, why she wanted it? She said, I don't want any story emanating from my wedding. Let her be there. Let her show up as a mom, do whatever she wants to do, and keep it going. You know how American children, they get married. They will plan all their thing. It can be destination wedding, everything. They go plan them. Everything is taken care of. They don't need you, papa or mama, to come follow them and do some things. Even the mom came. Everybody saw the mom that day. When the mom wanted to start getting emotional and be crying, and she just whispered to her mom, like, you have to call it now. That's not why you're here. Just be happy for me. And then after the wedding, some of the follow-up story was that the mom wanted to use that opportunity to at least now be part of her life, and she said she still don't want it. Fast forward 3 years later, when she had a baby, and then the children started growing, then she herself said it again, that I think one day my children will ask, where is grandma? So all I'm just saying is that these things happen. It's painful. I don't pray it happen to anybody at all. But I'm just trying to let us know that sometimes you can overlook some things that happen for maybe just one day, maybe just 1 hour, maybe just 30 minutes. You can overlook it and it will go a long way to make a lot of difference. That's all I'm saying. So to treat our last question here, shout out to Sister Chinye and Sister Marriott. The last question is what is the best way to pay back a deadbeat father? And why I ask this question is that, say we all get different approach to issues. Like for me, if I really want to pay somebody back in my own small weary head, though, I would like to pay the person back in a way that the person can feel it emotionally. The person will feel the hurt, the pain. And the person could not say, I deliberately did that thing, but it's not going to be obvious to everybody around say, I did it. I'm just saying, no. So let's start with Iyabo Ojo, since Iyabo Ojo is the focus of this conversation. I think even though they said the man did the children life, the man don't try or everything, Iyabo Ojo actually paid her ex back in a way that I love how she did it. In this wedding, she allowed the man to be present. That's the man there. She even sat next to him during the traditional rite. In case if you don't know, we Yorubas, the way we do our wedding is different from most people. We have to observe all the traditions. So when it's time to hand over the child to her husband, the father and mother must be together. And then they will both pray for the child. You see what Iyabo Ojo did here? She sat next to her ex, smiling, looking beautiful as ever, just for that brief moment of 30 minutes, 1 hour. She sat there. She did the right. She played the role of a mother, completely healed, a mother who knew exactly what she was doing. And then the father sat there. The father can't really do much. I don't even see so much. All the cameras were focusing more on Iyabo Ojo. Though I saw the dad did the father and daughter's dance, which is good. And like people have said, they say the man knows completely leave them. I be like, say breeze still they blow the man self. Because when I dig into the Tanzania wedding, it's like money made the man no show up for Tanzania or something. Some people said the man is looking for his papers. Story just plenty. But the bottom line is that Iyabo Ojo allowed the man to sit, do everything he wants to do. Then, the moment they finish wedding like this, when they don't finish all the traditional rite, Iyabo Ojo went ahead and brought her man into the celebration. That was the video I started with. Iyabo Ojo now went and dragged Uncle Polo to come and be part of the celebration. So Uncle Polo, but these people that wear pink, I think they are from Tanzania. Those are like the groomsmen. But when Uncle Polo stepped out, you can tell that, wow, really, this man handsome, this man, now big man. And instantly, the party came alive. From there on, I don't even see Iyabo Ojo go near to her ex or anything again. Iyabo Ojo was just all over her man. So all I'm saying is sometimes you figure a way to pay back. Although in the case of Iyabo Ojo, I think her ex did good. They said the man tried, he did the children life. But how about if the man had not tried? And now because the baby is getting married, the man simply want to come and be the father of the day. How do you pay that man back? What would you do to let him know that, hey, Oga, we no see you sin so, but I don't want to make a sin. Just come, Jeje, now this one day, play your part and move. So let me start with you, sister. If I start with Simbi, the verse already. Let me start with Sister Adama. How do you think a woman can do payback to a deadbeat father?
Okay, Uncle Ben, this is one thing I want us to define because when we're having conversation, I want to fully understand what the conversation is all about.
Yeah.
What is the definition of a deadbeat dad? You know, a deadbeat dad and an absentee father, those are two different things. You know that, right?
Absentee father, deadbeat dad. They all belong to the same WhatsApp group as long as I'm concerned. I'm sorry. You are absent. You are absent.
No,
I think for me, the better of the two is the person that's the absent father, because at least that way you're not
you know
seeing the
he's
rubbish
not
that they're
there. You
doing. You're not
thank
there.
you, Cece.
I prefer when you're absent. Be absent, be gone. As
Uncle
opposed to
Ben,
the deadbeats that just
thank
come
you.
in and out, very inconsistent, do as
Mhm.
they want to.
Shows up whenever
Today
he
they
wants to
remember
do.
they have a child,
Yes,
tomorrow they don't
yep.
have a child. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
no.
Some
Be
So,
parents, you
see,
know
absent.
that.
wait, oh, so Sisi, what you're saying is, it's better the father disappear completely. Maybe
Absolutely.
reappear on
Yeah,
wedding day
absolutely.
for the father to show up every now and then.
Yeah, because it's like opening a wound, right? If you've injured yourself, that wound has time, over time it will heal, the scar will go and it will cover over, right? But if you have a wound on if you fall over, you have a scab on your knee. Every time you keep picking it, it heals. You pick it, it bleeds. You pick it, it heals. You pick it again. That's exactly how a deadbeat dad is. That is exactly the relationship and the trauma that they put on their kids. They're present one time, the child is hopeful that, oh my God, my dad is around. Then next week, the child will say, oh, I want to see my dad. The dad is not available. The dad doesn't remember they have a child. Then they come in again. That child has to get back to life, not having the parent, not seeing the parent. Like my daughter, for example, her dad used to do this thing of he would be, and the funny thing is his family is all very, very much involved. His mom, everybody, just him, right? So he would do this thing like, it might be he may only send birthday present for her birthday, for Christmas. Then the next year, no present for birthday, no present for Christmas. He will just see her. Then in between all of those times, things are happening. He will not be present. Then he'll pop in again and he'll want to say, oh, I want to take you out. I want to do this. Just, it's like constant letdown. It's like highs and lows, highs and lows. That is not healthy for anybody. So for me, I would rather that person be completely absent, because what you don't know, you don't really appreciate, you won't really miss, right?
Yes.
You can have a perception in your mind, oh, I wish my dad was this, I wish my dad was that. Fine, but the child is not going to get used to constantly being picked up and dropped and let down, which to me is a worse type of trauma for any child or anybody, right?
See,
So be gone permanently and come back.
see,
That
So,
to me
so
is
Cece,
better.
let me understand what
wait,
you're
oh.
saying. Hold on, Uncle Ben. You see now I've steered up the topic to
Go
a
on.
place you never looked at. I said, Cece, so your point is you rather have the man be an absentee
Absentee.
father
Yeah.
than be a deadbeat.
I would rather of the two evils, the person who's absent, it's better. It's easier to manage because there's no
That
expectation. When you don't
okay.
have any, when there's no expectation of that person, you're not seeing that person. They don't get the opportunity to really hurt you like they will when they keep coming in, coming out with broken promises. You know, picking you, dropping you, letting you down, saying they're gonna do this, they don't do this. There's been times when my daughter has expected her dad to pick her to take her somewhere. She's been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. He will not show up. I would rather he was not present at all and popped back 30 years later. Fine, you can pick up those pieces. But that constant being let down, to me, is more traumatic for a child than that person being gone, and they can have a perception of their dad. Oh, my dad might be somewhere doing something. Fine. But when they're constantly there and not meeting up to the expectations of what the dad should be and really honing that relationship, it's better for you to be gone.
Sisi, I can feel your pain. I can feel not pain, but I can feel where you stand because you guys are in this new world now. But what I think I'm hearing is, oh, if the father is completely absent, the children did not see him at all. It makes it easier for the mother to change the narrative, to tell the children what you want to tell them, to at least guide their life towards how she wanted to go, the direction she want their lives to go. Let the father just disappear. Even the mother can even tell them, your father is dead. I know of one auntie that told her
I never said that, Ben. You're saying that. I've not said that. I've just said of the two evils for me, for the child to be, for a child, for me, from what I've seen, it's better when that person is not present, period. Let them be gone, have no communication, have no interaction with the child, as opposed to when they come in, come out, come in, come out. Today they remember they have a child, tomorrow they don't remember they have a child, they've not seen the child for 2 years. Then the child gets used to seeing you every so often, then you disappear again. That to me is not healthy. I'm not saying that a parent should change the narrative. You just tell the child what it is. Your dad is not around. I don't know where your dad is. Maybe one day he'll come back, maybe one day he won't. But up until now, you're going to be okay. But when that person keeps on coming in and letting down that child constantly, to me, it's more painful. And then another thing is, most times when you have that parent that comes in and out, especially for a girl, right? I have a daughter. I know how she is, even despite the relationship, which is very fragmented. The position she still holds, she still pines for that kind of that kind of relationship with this man that's very absent. Right. So even if I'm to be, let's say if I'm to get into a new relationship, because this person keeps coming in and out, it won't even allow room for that child to even embrace somebody else that will probably pour into them more.
Somebody else.
But no, but I disagree with you, Cece. This is what.
Okay,
No,
doctor, let me allow you. Cece, you
I
don't start.
disagree with you. No, I disagree with Cece in this sense. This is what I say. And there's a reason why I asked this question. Because one thing you don't understand about kids is whatever situation they find themselves, kids are able to adapt. Okay, it's we as adults that hold on to things, and it depends on how old they are, the kind of environment you're raising them. Why I asked the question, which do you prefer, a deadbeat dad or an absentee father? I prefer a deadbeat. Let me tell you why I say I prefer a deadbeat. At least he's trying. At least he's showing up. He's not but at least he's trying. But an absentee, no, you're not there at all. That is a no for me. Because at least the child can look back. I can tell the child, oh, my dad was supposed to pick me up today. Your dad didn't show up. I say, you know what, baby? You know how your dad is. He's not consistent with what he says. Maybe something came up, and that's why he didn't show up. Maybe next week, let me call him. Try and call him and see why he didn't show up. Then someone that is not even present at all. Someone that is not present, you don't know what they're doing with their life, nothing, and no, I don't want that. I can handle someone who is a deadbeat, because you know why? At least I can have a conversation about my child with this person than someone that I don't know if they exist at all. No. I don't, because let me say why I said this. It's just like when you share custody with a child. I am of the opinion, this is me. If I was to find myself sharing a custody now, I want those kids to come to me during the summer, during holidays. I don't believe this thing of you have the child for 5 days, weekend, I have the child. No, because there are two different rules. Because children like staying in an environment where they can get away with anything. And I've seen what is done to children who go from, oh, you stay 5 days with your mom, weekends you're with your dad. No. If you ask me, my preference is I want that child during spring break, summer break, winter breaks, all those holidays. Let them stay constantly with that parents that is present, that they can stay with. Not saying that I'm not going to have a communication with that child. I just feel like it gives that child a norm of balance of not having to shove them back and forth. That's my personal preference.
All right, thank you, my doctor. Cece, you're gonna respond, but let me quickly allow Honey Babe at least 2 minutes before I start rounding up. Honey Babe,
hey, what's up? How are you doing?
All along, I'm fine. I don't know if I've been listening all along, but we are actually to the last question now, and the last one, what is the best way to pay back deadbeat father? So the argument we are having now is that Dr. Adama,
I heard everything.
Good. So what's your stance on
what's
this
my
one?
take? It is really interesting because my ex-husband has primary custody of my son. My son is staying with me now for the Easter holidays. And it's not the best, but I'm dealing with it the best I can. But I hear what Dr. Adano is saying, but I make a conscious effort to see my son every 2 weeks and holidays. Now, I do agree that we see that if you have a child, obviously I went to court, so I have custody agreement. But what I'm trying to say is that you as the parent, you don't get a day off. You can't just have this idea that just be that it's okay to be half in and half out. I believe in consistency. There is never a time, unless I'm ill, that my son does not see me. He sees me every other weekend and holidays, and I take most of the holidays. So I think that personally, circumstances are circumstances, but I personally do not believe that it's okay as a parent to dip in and dip out of your child's life. It's not fair.
And that's why we are asking deadbeat or absentee. Which one do you?
I'm not gonna. I don't think there's a winner. I don't think there's a winner. Both of them are bad.
No, pick one. No,
I'm going to
Honey Babe,
step
the
out of
question
it.
is,
Honey Babe,
pick
I'm not
one.
going to
Honey
answer
Babe.
that question. I'm not going to answer that question because I don't believe any of them is the win for the child.
Okay, so Honey Babe, if you were like now, right? If
Baby
I'm gonna
girl.
put you on the spot, if you were the parent that your kids were not seeing you consistently, or you'd come in, you'd make promises to them like, oh, I'm gonna see the boys, I'm gonna pick them up, then you'll disappoint, you'll let them down. They'll be excited to see you, you wouldn't turn up.
Yes.
Or you maybe the dad will ask you for support, financial support, you will send only maybe £5. And then the dad will make up all the other money and the kids will be struggling for maybe 20, 30 years. That's been the relationship. You don't consistently see the kids, you let them down, you're not present for important occasions just because of, you know, okay, you're in and out dipping. As opposed to if you made a decision, I'm not going to be in these kids' life, and let's say something happened and you actually just were not present, and those kids lived their life, and 20 years later you came back in the picture, which of the two things do you think is more detrimental to them in the long run? Seeing you inconsistently, or seeing you once and maybe not seeing you again, and then you coming back into the picture where they haven't had that constant disappointment in terms of the relationship? Which is which is worst?
I think they're both worse. I don't know why you're asking me to choose.
To me, the lack of consistency is always going to be worse for me, because you see that every single day. You experience those emotions every single time it happens.
Let me give you an example. I remember over COVID, I couldn't see my son for 6 months. It affected my son. Obviously, my ex-partner had to explain it. He couldn't come to the house, etc., etc. The fact that not seeing him for 6 months, it really affected him. And because of that, there wasn't consistency. I know that out of, it wasn't really my fault, but it affected him. So I'm all about consistency. If you want to be in your child's life, whether it's divorce, co-parenting, etc., you need to make the effort to be consistent. If you're not going to be consistent, then don't waste the child's time. It's not fair on the child.
Exactly. So be absent.
I'm tired of excuses.
Somebody who's absent, to me, is being consistent in their absence. So continue being absent.
I think for me, in the UK, there is such thing as emotional abuse. Even the fact that like I said, even the fact that you're not giving your child that time is seen as emotion. It affects the child. It's emotional abuse. I know you may say, oh, I'm being, extra. What do you mean emotional abuse? But there's certain things that if you do intentionally by not being in the child's life, to me, it affects the child. I make a decision every single time, and I spent money going to court for it to make sure if I have the holidays, I never cancel. Unless I am literally feeling sick. There's never a time in almost 4 years of having this custody agreement I have not turned up. Like I said, for me, I make my child a priority. There's no excuses to say that, I've got this, I've got that. If you know that you're not interested in your child, don't waste the child's time and keep stepping.
Absolutely. It's just like having a relationship, right? When you have a relationship and somebody, let's say you're in a relationship and the person that you're with constantly keeps on making promises, breaking promises, making promises, breaking promises. Just as in a relationship, there's an expectation of that person. Eventually, it'll wear you down. As opposed to if the person maybe is not able to meet up the end of the bargain in terms of the relationship, they break up with you and say, you know what? honey babe, this relationship is not working for me. Let me walk away. And they walk away. Which of the
But
two
what
things are
I
you going to
think
get
what
over more easily?
no
You're
no
going to
but
get
see, I
over,
think
you're going to get over the person walking away.
I want to say
Take
something.
one at a
On
time,
the
please.
other side, so can I finish? Sorry, Cesar, I'll let you finish. On the other side of it, I have an older son where he sees his dad consistently. So I have two children with two dads, and this is the situation. In everything, even though I wasn't happy about my relationship with my ex-husband, I will not disparage him. It's all about putting the children first. As I said, it's not the best of the custody agreement, but I see my son, my older son sees his dad. For me personally, in everything, in my older son's dad, he sees his dad consistently. It's all about consistency. And I believe if you're not going to be consistent in your child's life, I don't think you should start what you cannot finish. If you're fighting for custody, even without custody, if you know you're not going to be there, do not waste this child's time, because it's these children, they are very fragile. And I was fighting for custody of my child when he was 2 or 3. He was very, very small. And we had to think about the emotional stability of the child. Everything is about the benefit of the child. The parents, I'm sorry, to some extent, don't really matter. Your child is the most important thing. You have to sacrifice for your children. A lot of parents, I don't know why they're even parents, because they're very selfish. It's about the stability and the well-being of your child. That's what is paramount.
Oh, honey,
All
baby,
right,
if we look
thank
at
you.
it, Uncle Ben, can I say something? If you
Yeah,
look
go
at
ahead.
it that way, if we look at it that way, what you just said is about the child. I agree with you. If that parent is not consistent, okay, and the child is okay with that coming, at the end of the day, who are you to tell that child, I don't want your dad coming here anymore because he said he will come next week, he didn't show up, and next upper week he shows up, like you said, let's stick to that. Allow the child to make the decision. It's
I
not
agree.
up to you.
I
Yes,
totally agree.
Honey babe,
yes.
let
I
her go,
agree.
please.
But
Honey
you
babe.
asked me the question. I'm giving you my answers. You, at the end of the day, it's not your business to tell a child. I think it's wrong. I think it's manipulation. I think it's wrong. But what I will say is that kids are not stupid. They will figure out if you are a deadbeat dad. You don't have to say
But
anything.
at the
They
same
All right,
time,
know
honey
you
babe, let
at the
Dr.
same
Dama
time, this
finish
is
her
what
point, please. Go ahead,
But at
Dr.
the
Dama.
same time, this is what I want us to, this is one thing I want us to realize at the end of the day. This is what I always say when I come to the show. We need to realize one thing. When you fall in love with someone, it's all smooth and dandy and everything. When you fall out of love, all of a sudden that person is the deadbeat, he's the worthless piece of the, oh, you are the one that fell in love with him and got pregnant with him. What am I trying to say? When someone is no longer in love with you, you will see a side of them you've never seen before. So for me, at the end of the day, allow the child to make the decision. Take out your emotions aside. Whether he's inconsistent or not is none of your business. If the child is okay seeing daddy come today, daddy doesn't show up next week, who are you to tell the child, no, I don't want your dad. Your dad needs to be showing up every week. The child is willing to work with whatever daddy has available, because at the end of the day, we need to realize one thing. These children are craving for their child. I mean, for their parents, wherever side of the custody you found yourself in, be it the mom who has full custody, be it the dad who has full custody. At the end of the day, let us make it a priority about the children and not about our personal feelings.
All
exactly.
right.
I,
All
I
right.
agree with that. Can I just
Let's
make
move on
a point?
because of my time, please.
Okay, no problem.
Let's
I
move
get what
on.
you're saying.
What
I
I'm gonna
totally
do,
agree with that. But what I will say is that some kids are happy with little bits or crumbs from a parent. I have a friend of mine where the daughter at 13 has said, my mom is not consistent. I'm not interested in the mom anymore. And she's made that decision and the dad has respected that.
yeah, what we're gonna do, because I see another perspective to this conversation. Our sister Cherish Olivia is in the building. She's a psychologist, and she's saying, I think she is agreeing with CC and Honey Babe to some extent, and I tend towards what Dr. Adama is saying. The reason is because I would rather prefer you allow those children to see their dad, whether they are consistent or not consistent. It's better they see their dad. That's where I stand. It may not be the best, but psychologically, when children knows that this is my dad, It's way better than not seeing him at all. He disappear. And I also think that on the other hand, because we're talking of payback now, on the other hand, it's difficult for some women to actually give a man payback, because when you choose the option CC suggested, that it's better for the dad to be absent, that is when you give that father the opportunity to disappear for 30 years. Then he shows up one day after you've done all the job. He will now tell your kid different story completely. He go shock you.
It's not me saying that you choose for the person. I'm saying the person chose for themselves. So if they've chosen to be absent, let them be absent. I'm not
let's have a
choosing.
balanced
I'm just
conversation,
saying,
Uncle
so
Ben.
what we're
To
gonna
be
do?
realistic, Uncle Ben, can I say that to be realistic, a lot of our women are so difficult to deal with when it comes to this custody too. Let us be realistic. And I think the country where we are has empowered women where they think they're always right. They feel they can do it all without a father. So we need to stop this nonsense and allow these
Dr.
people.
Adana,
Hold on, let me
I've
finish.
been through a custody agreement. You're
Let me
just making
hold on. Let me
generalizations.
finish. Let me
You're
finish.
making
Let me
generalizations.
One
You're
at
not
a time. One at a time. One at a
hold on.
time.
making
Honey
Let me
babe,
generalizations.
hold on,
finish.
please.
Let me finish. Let me finish.
Go ahead.
I'm not generating anything because I believe we're all matured adults. We agree to disagree. When I say something that our women, yes, when you take a poll now of men who have gone through custody or anything, you will see the men say they feel like it wasn't in favor of them, because it's always the women getting what they want. At the end of the day, the men feel they don't have a voice. Let me say something here. I want us to not take out what this all boils down to is the child, regardless of your feeling. All I'm saying is let's have a balanced conversation where women need to evaluate what they're doing. I'm not saying, when I say women, I'm not saying all women, some women, but I know Nigeria is so obsessed with this. When you're talking, you have to use the word some. Everything they say, you're generalizing it. Like, come on, we're all educated, we're intellectuals here. When I'm saying something, it's not everyone. So at the end of the day, let's take a step back and realize, evaluate. The earlier we realize that we're doing more damage to these children by choosing and talking for them, the we're going to pay back for it, because I'm tired of seeing our women being single mom, doing things on their own. And at the same time, I'm tired of seeing stupid men who refuse to grow up and be a man. Like I say, if you don't want to have a child and you know who you're dating is not going to be a father figure, women, put in
Hey.
IUD and let him wear a condom. So at the end of the day, nothing comes out of it. Period.
All right. Thank you, Dr.
Reply-
Adama.
Can I, can
Honey
I, can
babe,
I
want
reply,
to
please?
respond real quick?
Can I reply, please?
Yeah, go ahead.
What I'm saying to you is that I don't live in that world, or a lot of us that are talking from the side that me and Cece are coming from, is that there are women that weaponize the legal system in terms of custody agreements and stuff like that. Like my experience actually being in court is that personally for me, and I've said this in many shows, maybe you've not heard my perspective, is that for me, try and mediate. I don't believe that going to court helps anybody. Everybody that goes to court, the only person that wins are the solicitors. I personally agree with everything you're saying. But the fact of the matter is you have some men that are not interested in being dads. We need to accept that.
Yeah.
Now, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, you can't fight with someone that is not interested in your child's life. Luckily with me, both men in my life, the dads, they are interested in being in my son's life, but it's not the experience or the reality of many other women. So at the end of the day, it's very easy to say that you should to have contraception. When you're married, you have children. Fair enough, they've made poor choices, but what do you do at the end of the day? You've had those children. All you can do is try to co-parent with the dad. And at the end of the day, I feel that the legal system is not to blame. The legal system is a mechanism if you cannot mediate in order to go to court, if you cannot mediate in terms of who has custody.
All right, honey babe. Thank you, my honey babe. You tried. I think what we'll do, I will reach out to Sister Olivia behind the scene. I will see if she can be my guest on the show where we're going to talk about this stability and this deadbeat as well as absentee dad. So that way we can really go deep down into the conversation, because I see it's a very emotional one and everybody is interested in that one. Uncle Patrick is in the building. Please let not forget, before I will let anybody go, you still have to answer me after Uncle Patrick talk. What is the best way to pay back a deadbeat dad? Before sister sister Dama say I mean deadbeat or I mean absentee dad. But we'll come to that. Uncle Patrick, let me have your take real quick.
Thank you, Uncle Ben.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
Welcome, sir.
Titi, Adana, Honey Babe, Sherry to Olivia, CB, and Tosi, I salute you. You know, Uncle Ben, I didn't want to come in, but before I say something, I take time to really think. I don't just talk. I know Adama and Sisi, all of them are both correct. I'm looking at the multiplier effects of both inconsistent dad and the dad that disappear. No,
the way Patrick say it sounds funny.
I can tell you how many daughter and father I've danced with my kids when they were little. Can you believe it was not last month? One of the pictures just popped up. My last baby, she's 18, from Google. I just posted this. Oh, everybody was like, whoa, look at how she was. Very small then. So from being consistent, I'm looking at this. We emphasize on the fact that we should look at the child. Uncle Ben, if you are inconsistent, it's going to affect the child emotionally. There will be no trust, and the multiplier effect is when the girl get married, it's going to transfer to a marriage. It's going to show. I tell you, I'm serious. I'm telling you from experience. So
yes, sir.
I am telling you from experience. It's going to show in that marriage. The funniest thing, we Africa, we kind of look at therapy as if, no, I don't need it. If I tell you how many people this thing has affected, I have a friend. Like I said, I'm not gonna. The wife is in the university. Is a top notch. She said, I'm not. If I mention the people, you get the clue. Top notch in the university, professor for many years of experience. The husband told me that when they are arguing with the husband, the man would say, "You can't talk to me like that. My father doesn't talk to me like that." The husband would say, "What are you talking about? Your father that was a professor but got married to four wives." The lady will just keep quiet because it really affected her. But now she's going to realize that, even though the mother was the first wife, but when the other wife came in, there was really, polygamy problem, polygamous home, both that really affected this lady. What the dad was doing for her then, but by the time the other wife came in, the dad could not do that. Really affect, but then the love was there. So what I'm trying to say is that the multiplier effects, even though the man is showing up inconsistent, he's not keeping to his promise, the lady is being disappointed, it's all the same thing as that they run away fight. I'm telling you, it's going to affect that lady in the future, and that lady is going to transfer it to the husband, to her own home, except she goes through therapy. I just give you an example of a professor. So that's what I want to say. Both of them, I don't really buy it. We might give, if you get 10 over 100, doesn't mean you pass. You are the same thing as a failure. You failed now. 10 over 20 over 100 is not a pass, but the damage is being done to the child. Why will a child that didn't see the father before, that haven't seen the father, will say, when she grew up, I want to know my dad? Because she's feeling it, the same thing. I miss this man. I want to see I just want to know him. Even when the dad is pie, okay, let me go to the burial, let me just pray. But I will see it every day, but the pain is still going to be there. The role of a man cannot be played by a woman. For you to be inconsistent, you are even damaging your daughter or your son. So I'm looking at, like I said, I'm going to run out with the multiplier effects. If it's a man, why would they say like father, like son? You understand? If it's a man, say like a boy, like father, like son, the boy might even go ahead and begin to behave like his dad because he has no dad figure. When he get married, be disappointed in the wife. Before you know, he has multiple girlfriends, multiple baby mamas. So I'm looking at the multiplier effect. None of them they're good, Gary. 20 over 100 is not a pass; it's a fake. And whoever fake has 0, both of you fake. All of you get F. Thank you, Uncle Ben.
Thank you, Uncle Patrick. Thank you very, very much. I really appreciate you every time you help us step in like this. I know this is a very sensitive topic. That is why I said from beginning that may God just help me. May we somehow manage, navigate them. But then if we don't address it, if we don't share our own opinion, our take, people may not really have a lot of information to work with. So thank you, Uncle Patrick. This is a very critical question. If a father is a deadbeat or if he's an absentee dad, I have my own thoughts, but I can't share it because we are running out of time. But let's round up with this Iyabo Ojo situation now. What is the best way to pay back a deadbeat dad? And I'm saying deadbeat in this case, just like I said earlier, Dr. Adama, as far as me as I'm concerned, you are deadbeat, you are absentee, you are all the same, you are in the same WhatsApp group. We are okay.
Uncle Ben, after people dobale for the in-law, make security carry them out.
Really, Uncle Patrick?
Absolutely. Thank you, Uncle Patrick.
Make no see action, make no allow and dance. I bet. Make them carry out. Polo and Iyabo won't come out. Make them carry the papa go out.
Honestly, sir, the way Iyabo Ojo pay back is that's the best. I love that. The way Iyabo Ojo, the moment they finished the traditional rite, she stood up and she waka. In fact, she brought Polo in the way I want to be introduced. If I'm a stepdad, he's a boy, and he's taking care of their mom. And I love the fact that Polo, he did not even try to overshadow this event. He not do too much. He not to carry himself come out. That is how you move when you are a big boy and you are mature. So for me, I like the fact that after all the traditional rites, they even allowed the papa and daughter, they dance everything. She go and brought her man. I am 1,000% in support of that kind of move. So that's why I'm asking now. Let me start with Honey Babe, then we move to Sisi and then Dr. Adama. What is the best way to pay back a man in this kind of day? Bearing in mind, though, I'm talking about a situation whereby you don't want to, as a single mom, you don't want the situation to be all about you. You don't want people to see you that, oh, I'm trying to pay back. My ex will never be here. He's stupid. But you are coming from an angle that this is my daughter's day. This is my daughter's day. She has to have this perfect day. So I won't do any drama. Let the father do whatever I want to do, but I will just do my own thing, my own way. So, Honey Babe, if you have to pay back a deadbeat dad, how would you do it?
Why would I pay him back?
No.
I don't know what you want me to say. Why would I pay him back? I mean, you've heard my stance on everything. And as far as I'm concerned, it's about the child, as in my daughter. If I had a daughter that was getting married, if she wants her dad to be there, I will give him the ultimate respect. He is the father. Anything the daughter wants to do, I don't get involved in my children's relationship with their dad. So if the daughter wants the father to be there, I would give him the ultimate homage. He's still the father of my child, or in this case, the daughter. So I would do exactly what she did.
That's good. I like that. Thank you. Sisi, how would you do in a situation like this? You want the father because the daughter want the father to be there. So let the father come and do his right and all that. But how would you serve him back without it's all about you?
just like Iyabo did. She was there looking good, looking sexy, looking sweet, not looking even her age. Compared to the ex-husband, between the two of them, he looks like 60. I don't know how old he is. He's looking very old and haggard in his face, right? She's
Mhm.
looking hot, she's looking very beautiful. She's there with her man. She is just enjoying her daughter's day, and that is what it should be. At the end of the day, she's a proud mom and she's having a great day. It's a once in a lifetime thing by God's grace, right?
Yeah.
And she's enjoying it to its full glory, as she should. So to me, your success should be your payback. It doesn't need to even be said. The person just needs to see. And if the man is not even sponsoring this wedding, just him being there and
Mm.
seeing all the food, the drinks, the people that attended, do you understand? That already is your payback. So you don't need to do too much. When you're confident in yourself, just move accordingly, move with grace, move with class, and enjoy your daughter's day or your son's day, and don't make it about your ex. The man will be there, let him enjoy his day, but he knows deep down, nah, he didn't pull his weight, and he'll be feeling it 100%. Even if he doesn't say, he himself will know. So you don't need to do too much. I love what she did, and I love the fact she was there in a relationship, because I feel like if she wasn't in a relationship, there would be this kind of thing like, oh, I don't know, like she's still waiting for maybe the husband, or she couldn't find a man. I love that she was there with a partner, and it just made the day perfect. So let the man do what he needs to do if he's given the opportunity to attend, and just play your position and enjoy your day. She looks great. Yeah, that's it.
You said something that which I love. You said the man is just looking like, how is everything going?
John is maybe not this, but maybe it could be his personality, but I've seen it, like, for example, I've seen examples of deadbeat dads, absent fathers, men that have been absent in their children's life, and the children have somehow reached out to them eventually when they wanted to get married, just because of all this tradition and culture. And you can see on the day they are so uncomfortable. They feel so out of place. You can see all of them, and they're ashamed. It's shame. What it is shame, because they've not contributed. They're there. The spotlight is on them. You can't fully enjoy yourself. Do you understand? It's like you're doing something that is illegal, or something that's not right. You yourself know you can't celebrate too hard, because people be like, why is this man celebrating? What has he done? He hasn't been there. Do you understand? So there's a way that these men move. For me, it's better that they don't even attend. But if they want to attend and punish themselves, be my guest, right? But normally, when you observe these men that have been absent and they've been called for their daughter or their son to be part of that, it's always a very awkward display from the men, because they're not comfortable in that space, right? So that's what they deserve, if they're even granted the privilege to be there. That's what they should be, uncomfortable, and they should be ashamed of themselves. So yeah.
Absolutely. Wait, Dr. Adama. Oh, Dr. Adama dropped a network or something, or maybe she has a call or something. Yeah, I see what you're saying, Cece. I'm dropping the link so Dr. Adama, you can come and give us your final take. I see what you're saying, Cece, and it seems, oh, now I understand where Cece get this idea from. I forgot saying, now my brother and I be your man. You are in love with a Yoruba man. No wonder you are now beginning.
What does that have to do with anything?
It has everything to do with everything.
How?
Yes, you see, I'm a Yoruba. Iyabo Ojo is a Yoruba. And thank God, my brother, your man, is a Yoruba. There is a way we carry ourselves as Yoruba men.
What's that?
In occasions like this, we want the world to know that this is my daughter's wedding. I am the one who is doing all this. But obviously now, apparently, Iyabo Ojo is the one taking all the glory here. So that's what I'm saying. And that's why I think you actually capture it exactly from how we can look at it from a Nigerian perspective. My sister, Dr. Adana, what's up? Our waiting day. How do you think a payback should be done with respect to the way Iyabo Ojo conducted herself on this wedding?
I'm sorry, I'm coming from a slaughterhouse, so my internet is dipping.
No problem. We got
Yeah. Um, I will go with what Honey Babe said. She said, "What am I paying them back for?" And for me, I will say this thing. It didn't. I won't use the word payback. I would say, at the end of the day, they both showed up for their child. And if I was to be in the position of the man, he did what he's supposed to do as a father to show up for his child. Iyabo Ojo did well. And at the end of the day, we don't know her challenges that she has gone through as well with the kids. All we are seeing is what they put out there for us to see. But I give her her flowers. At the end of the day, it's all about the kids. Just because it didn't work out for me and you tomorrow doesn't mean that I don't want to see you do well. Because if you do well, you're doing well for our children. So I I think they both did well. At the end of the day, I will encourage Priscilla to be consistent, and she's older. She at 24, she should be consistent, and her dad should. They both should be consistent in having a relationship with each other now, because she's the wife. So she's going to need her dad's input in a lot of, seek. Like, talk to her dad, like when she doesn't have anybody to lean on, because her father will always be her father, regardless how much she has earned or whatever she is in the world today. So that's my opinion. So I think there's nothing to pay back or anything like that.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Dan. I really like your take, and like I said, if not me did this time, please shame go don't kill me anyway, because it's like everything is about Iyabo Ojo and the daughter and the husband, which I love. But I'm just giving Iyabo Ojo the credit for at least now the internet is changing the narrative because of the way she conducted herself. But guess
This app will change your life. So if you're a student or professional, type a lot, and occasionally you might make a mistake or two. I got this app called Grammarly Keyboard that's basically your own.
I'm hearing some background noise from Auntie B. Auntie B is in the studio.
I'm
I
here.
hear some noise in the background.
Yeah,
I'm here. Ekuleo. Hi, Auntie B. Hello to all the online in-laws. How many people went to the wedding? Some people didn't go.
I'm coming from there. Imoni said I should say hello to you all.
Okay, all my online wedding guests. Hey. We're running kitty from one place to the other yesterday. Oh, I hope you guys enjoyed all the small chops.
Oh, we enjoy them from online.
Uncle Beno.
Oga. Auntie
What's
B, first. Tell me, say you know they here since you.
No, I just joined now. I saw you online. I said, let me join.
Oh, thank God.
I see that you are discussing about the lessons that single mothers can learn from Iyabo Ojo.
Exactly. So my take is just simple. I just asked a couple of questions.
No, you have to thank me first for bringing Auntie B in.
Oh, Allah is here. Oh, got you. It's a round table.
Yeah, the conversation be so bad goes too much, but we get it at the end of the day, and I love the fact that everybody contributed. So I was asking that, should mothers who raise daughters allow their eggs to be part of the wedding? And then I asked the second question, whose happiness matters on the wedding day? And I listened to your video before I even start this show, and I like how you break the whole thing down to Auntie B. So I asked the question.
I'm sorry, I have to interject, Brother Beno. Hey, God, for the past 24 hours, that's why I just dey smile. Like saying I me they celebrate.
You really have to thank me for bringing my sisters.
Congratulations to us.
Queen mother for a reason.
In fact, since they smell, I just they smell. Maybe let they sweet. I don't even feel chop. I just they drink water.
All the enemies that they tremble yesterday.
Oh my, make I keep quiet, Brother Ben. I just had to say that. Oh, congratulations to Iyabo Ojo. My heart is full. I'm so happy for her.
What I see, Wasabi auntie.
Tony Abraham.
Wasabi auntie.
Guys, please make una go watch that video where Auntie B posted. Everybody, the story everywhere. So I'm just like, I've been waiting all this while. I don't want to So I don't want to say anything about Iyabo Ojo and the daughter's wedding because I have a reservation. I was expecting she's gonna do the common thing by shutting the father out of the whole event, and then she now blew me out. She blew me away. I'm now her number one fan, in short, because what she did was she allowed the father to play his fatherly role while she did her own thing. And then the people that I've seen online before that are criticizing her, because when they did the Tanzania wedding, some people say, "Oh, you know, even allowed the man, you know, do this." So now they changed their tone, and that's why I think that is the biggest lesson I want single mothers to at least learn from this. So, Auntie B, if you want to go about it, these are the two questions we have
Uncle Beno.
for deadbeat dads.
Suru Logba or social media, one has to be patient because people just talk a lot of things that they know nothing about. That's the truth. So when they did the Tanzania one, what's the father? Our culture, do we follow our daughters to in-law to go and marry? Abi is in-laws that come to us when you have a daughter?
Yeah, in-law come.
So your daughter, you have a daughter now, she wants to marry. Let's say she's from another country. And they decide to do the ceremony there for whatever reason. There's the way they explain it that because
why would I go to Tanzania? Exactly.
So you will not travel to your in-law. Someone say Ruesha.
All wrong now. All wrong.
Me, I've never heard of that before.
Yeah.
I've not heard of it in any culture across Nigeria. Iyabo and her ex-husband are Yoruba people as far as I'm concerned. So there is no need for them to go to Tanzania. So the Tanzania ceremony they did, that one is for Pricey and her husband. It's got nothing to do with the parents. However, so people are just talking because they always like to, people who run their mouths. It doesn't matter. It's okay. But the what me I will say about this Iyabo allowing the father to be in the wedding and all that. Everybody is praising Iyabo today now. But if you ask Iyabo how the journey was 15, 20 years ago, I'm sure it was not easy for her. It's easy for people to praise now. She did the right thing. She did the right thing. Was it? It's good for her to ask her, how was it? Because I just I watched that video before when she sat down with the ladies at TVC, what they call them, Your View. Yeah. And she was talking. Somebody called into the show and said, that they are encouraging divorce and this, that. Why should they be telling women how to be single mothers successfully? But this is not what our fathers did. Then she said something. If you don't listen carefully, you will miss that, what Iyabo said. Iyabo said after the caller hung up, she said, it's easy for you to talk when you don't know someone's journey. Our parents that you're talking about, our ancestors married, they stayed in marriage, they didn't divorce. Was their husband beating them? That's what she said. That she said, well, did they have abuse in that marriage? So because your ancestors or your forefathers stayed in marriages, it means that women should stay in abusive marriage. So without using all her mouth to talk, I think Iyabo experienced abuse in that marriage. You can go and watch the video. It's on TVC, Your View.
Yeah, I saw the video about.
Listen to her when
it's
she was
confirmed. And to be, she was beat up by this guy back then.
Yeah. So now everybody is celebrating. It's good. I'm not saying that it's not good. I've always advocated for, even if a marriage ends, or for whatever reason, children don't choose. They've got nothing to do with that. So if a parent wants to play an active role, definitely women should allow that. I counsel women all the time, please don't, because of your anger, your bitterness, deprive fathers who want to be in their children's life, because a lot of women do it because they are so upset with the man. So they use it to punish the man. However, Iyabo also said in that video that she will wrap up, she fostered that relationship by even deceiving the children. I won't use the word deceive. Let's not say deceive, but, trying to represent the father even when he was not there. She said that she used to wrap presents during Christmas. She will wrap presents and make sure that the one from the dad, in quotes, was bigger. Just to ensure that the children, she's the one that will buy the present, she'll buy two. Buy one for and address it like from dad and one from mom, and that they are usually very excited to go and open that present. So that means she was willingly being intentional about making sure the children did not have any bitterness against their father. I don't think that uncle contributed a lot financially towards those children's upkeep. It's not about having, it's good to have a relationship, but you see the reason why the man could not flex yesterday, because I was watching him.
Thank you. I just said that. I literally just said that.
He couldn't flex. He could not flex. Ojo, he was ashamed. Forget it. Let me tell you something. It's not about you are talking to your children. What did you contribute to how they got to where they are now? Priscilla went to a private university in Nigeria. The fees for private university in Nigeria is no more. It's expensive. She went to Bangkok University. Iyabo said that she will call. If you say it doesn't have, she will find the money, that she had to work 2 times harder to ensure that she was able to cater for the children. You saw he sat down. They gave him agbada. He sat down. But on a good day, you can see that that flex was not there. Do you know why? Because he did not take his place financially in contributing to those children's life. Even though Iyabo does not, we read between the line. We can see it. So yeah, it's good. It's good. I'm sure Iyabo kuku no pe if he doesn't come now, they say he lives in the abroad now. The uncle lives in the abroad. Maybe she kuku no pe. If he doesn't come now, they'll say it's because of Oga Paulo, because she has a partner now. That's why. Did you see the maturity she displayed? I loved it. Paulo was not there when they were doing the engagement where they do the Baba Iyawo thing. The man sat down. The Ojo man sat down. Did the prayers, did everything. They finished the ceremony. It was during the party that Paulo came. But did you see the smile? Did you see the hug? Did you see? That video, I watched it over and over again. The happiness that Iyabo was exuding when she saw Paulo. She held his hand like this.
Boss move. Boss move.
And then you see, I saw the son. I saw Festus with Paulo. And the way they were, you could tell that they have a relationship. I'm not saying that the father, they don't have a relationship. It's okay to have a relationship, but there are levels in relationship. Do you understand? A parent-child relationship, there are levels to it. So me, personally, I don't think that man played an active role. He was there. He was calling, probably talking to them and all that all throughout. But man, not all women can be like Iyabo.
Thank you, Matty B. You don't.
It's not everybody. Not everybody.
Yeah. I know. Say we have full house now, but maybe we do a sharp. Sister Mo, which.
Congratulations to all of us, because we followed them there in spirit. If you see me yesterday, you'll say na me be the celebrant. Come and see joy. I was seeing love everywhere. Everywhere I turn, love, harmony. I am so in fact, words cannot describe how happy I am for Iyabo Ojo. Words cannot begin to describe it, Brother Ben. Honestly, my heart is full for that woman. I was so happy. Everybody there was nobody that did not show up for that wedding. There was no one that did not show up. What I saw that stood out for me was the maturity that Iyabo Ojo used in packaging all of this. She allowed the father to play his role. Like Sister B said, right? The man, you could tell that shame was there. That shame was there. But the man, she still gave him the opportunity, full hand, to play his role as a father.
Yep.
Honestly, I pray, my own prayer is for that marriage to last, full of love, with amazing things. Honestly, I am so happy for Iyabo Ojo. I personally am one of those people who believe that whatever life deals you, you turn it into whatever, make it the best, regardless of what life deals you. Whether you're a single mother, I don't even know, I don't believe in tags. I don't believe in naming people and say, oh, this one is single father, single mother. I believe that people should be seen as human beings. Whatever, nobody plans to become single father or single mother. Life happens. I'm happy she did not allow, because people were anticipating when he didn't show up at the other one that they did in Tanzania. They all had things to say, right? But this time around, I don't know what people want to say again, because everything about that union was love. There was nothing, no mistake at all. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, maybe because I have special respect for Iyabo Ojo. She's one of those few celebrities I respect. Why? Because she's always standing for the truth. She doesn't care whose horse is gored. People can say whatever they want to say about her. You can say, you can feel a type of way about her, but that woman has truth as her core. And she really genuinely loves people. When she decides she wants to support whoever, she supports you regardless of what people think. Those are the major things I saw about her. Those are the qualities I saw about that woman from the get-go that I personally respect. And to see everything, because I've seen her videos where she cried about the type of abuse she experienced when she was with the husband that is now, the father of this girl, right? I heard all of that, but for her to come out from all of that strength that she has built to where she is today, I doff my heart for her. I celebrate with her, and I am very, very, very excited for her, Brother Ben. Thank you for hosting this show. Oh my God, thank you.
Thank you, Sister Moye. God bless you, man.
So, Uncle Beno, can I just drop in something? You know why I think Iyabo was so magnanimous in her spirit towards her baby, her ex-husband? That's what happens when women heal. I think Iyabo has healed from all the marriage wahala, everything that happened. And because she's in love now, she has a man who she's happy with. So she can comfortably put all that in the past and say, Shebi Wani, come. We will sew agbada for you to wear. Just come. At least. It's not for me.
Evolved. Sister B evolved as well. She has healed and she has evolved.
Let's come. Just come for your daughter. It's not me. Kilo come me. Yeah, that's one of the reasons, I think.
Thank you, Auntie B, for making it make sense, because this is just what I was preaching all along, that sometimes when you want to pay back, know how to pay back and do your thing in a way that the public will change their narrative all by themselves. You don't have to even be the one to shalaye. And to me, make I no lie, I've always have issue with Iyabo Ojo because of the way she used to talk before she met Oga Polo. But the moment she met Oga Polo, I begin to see. And for this wedding, now I am her number one fan, because
we women, when we are in love, our softness comes out.
Exactly.
Being a single parent is not an easy thing. Sometimes it makes you hardened because you have to be the man and the woman. But no woman wants to be in that. That's what Ola used to talk about, this masculine energy. It comes out because now you are playing the role of a man and a woman. It's not easy. But when you have a man that takes off some of that burden, you can rest in your femininity. That's what you are seeing in Iyabo now.
Absolutely. Thank you, Auntie B. MOP, over to you.
Sure, you hear me?
We can hear you perfectly well, Baba.
All right. Hello, everybody. Good to see everybody here. What's your number one question so we can be fast with the time? What's your number one question, Uncle Beno?
Number one question is simple. What is it? Okay. Should mothers who raise daughters allow their ex to be part of the wedding? That's the first question.
Yes, the answer is yes. Okay. But that answer is a setup, because honestly it can breed unnecessary expectations, right? The reality is that we're looking at since yesterday, right? Is how do you say it in English? They've been coming a long time. That girl is 24 years old, right? So they're both the both kids are in their 20s now, right? So it's a long time coming, and there's a lot of things that have happened, and a lot of those things might not be as pleasant as what we're looking at right now. You know, so it's very, like Auntie B said, it's very easy to praise her right now. I think she deserves the awards we're giving her right now. I think she deserves it. But if you want that kind of result, we have to look at everything that went into her becoming who she is today. You know, I'm hearing a lot of feedback. Is it me? It's not me, right?
Yes. Let me see. Let me see.
It can't be me.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
So sorry, I get distracted easily. Yeah. So
if I see money.
Yeah, because I like to pick my words very carefully, you know.
Yeah.
This is a very sensitive topic, as you can see, right? You know, I don't think anybody is just acting out intentionally. Like they just like, oh, let me come and become an evil mother or evil single mother. You know, there's a lot of things that happen that bring people to this space.
Thank you for doing.
Go on.
Okay. You see what I'm saying? So if you're not going to address those things, every solution you bring to the table, you notice what the lady said earlier on. That was when I was coming right in when they were saying you were emotionally blackmailing them, which was true. They would just hear you one ear is going out the other side, right? Even though your intentions are good, right? I agree 100%. Women or mothers should allow, if that's even appropriate word, you know, because that word is a little bit weird, the word allow, because if you are doing what you're supposed to do, that shouldn't play a part in there. But I understand some people are so hurt, right, and they don't know when to stop. It's part of lack of emotional intelligence. You know, when people are so angry, they have valid reasons to be angry, but after you don't beg, they don't know when they start to self-destruct. That's the other side of the danger of completely moving from a place of being vindictive, right?
Yeah.
So you will eventually hurt yourself if you are operating from a place of being vindictive, right? So I don't know, you know, I think if you raise your children, I think if you can find healing, which I think Oga Polo is a big piece of that puzzle. If you can find if you can find healing, I think it benefits the rest of your life to find healing to the point that you're not really looking at the specifics of what happened in the past. You know, she's told the story quite a few times of what she experienced in her relationship with this man. But the other side I want to speak to is I'm not picking up what Auntie B picked up for in terms of the guy seems ashamed. The guy seems very proud as far as what I can see. But Bernie, they can see probably farther than us. So,
he's not proud.
Right, but what I can see is that what I see is it seems very proud and very content.
You don't see what we see. We see.
That's what I say now. Let me just say.
It's not proud. Trust me.
He's not proud.
No,
he's
he is proud.
uncomfortable.
No, yeah, exactly. He's proud.
Auntie B, before you came in, I said exactly what you said. I said this man, his body language shows somebody that's not.
He was just
cautious. Exactly, very.
To me, let me tell you what a man see. Okay, what me as a man that I can see here is that he's pretty confident in his journey. He's probably not very proud of who he was back then, but he's very confident in his journey. But you know, I'm just speculating. Me, I don't know anything. You know, you ladies might be right. You know, so but.
Sorry to interrupt. Are you talking about Priscilla's dad?
Yes.
Oh, that man has problem now. Stop it. You
say wait now. I'm talking about what I can see. Allow the prophet to speak. Allow the prophet to speak. Wait now.
Brotherhood, whoa.
Oh Lord.
My sister. You're welcome to my channel. God bless you.
Uncle Beno, let me put you on the spot. Do you see, Uncle Beno? Do you see what I see, or you see what the ladies are seeing?
With respect to the father,
yes.
I see a man who is not supposed to be there. Make I no lie.
Exactly.
He only has
Uncle Beno, you're not playing.
Right.
Thank you, Beno. You're actually.
Oh yeah, explain. I'm listening.
He has to be there because of tradition and culture. To be honest, if not me, Oshem go kill me, because it's like the wedding is all about Iyabo Ojo, Priscilla, and the husband. And even one time, I think when my girls when my team started uploading video for this show, the first video they share of this man in the wedding, the way they recorded the video, they cut him up on top of that chair where they give out the girl.
Most of the video they cut him off, Uncle Beno.
They cut him off, yeah, I saw it.
I'm curious to know how much he paid towards that wedding.
That might be my own take. Be say as a father, deserve to be there because the daughter wants him to be there.
If it was you, Uncle Beno, would you be there? Considering everything we're saying right now.
Because you just said shame will catch him.
For my daughter, I will be there for my daughter.
So you will shamelessly go there based on everything you just told me.
It's my daughter. That's why the second thing here, MOP, which I want to even address.
Would you be comfortably dancing, running, going around, doing high five, talking to people like that of the bride?
He can't do that. He will have.
Why would I do that?
I can see Ben doing that.
Make una wait.
Oh, okay. Uncle Beno will do that.
Father.
For me, everything that goes on here, it's obvious that Iyabo Ojo is in charge already. She perfectly.
So, Uncle Beno, the question is very clear. If you had an Iyabo Ojo as a baby mother, she's told a story of both of you's experience when you guys were together. She's raised this kid in the public eyes in the past few years, and she's done a fantastic job from what we can see, right? Yeah. And now you are supposed to show up to this wedding. Would you show up to this wedding today?
I will, because of my daughter. That's
would you be high-fiving everybody around the wedding?
It depends. But for me, if I'm there,
yes.
Listen, for me, if it is because of my daughter that I'm there, I will do everything so that people will not tell story. But it's shameful. Shame no go let me feel breathe.
So you will go there to be helping people tell their story. You go there and be high-fiving so that they don't say you were there shamelessly.
Don't know who is high-fiving. If he's high-fiving his best friend or people, we don't know. But what I'm just saying is that the same thing, the same game Iyabo Ojo is playing right now. If I happen to be the dad, I will play the same game back. But I know I don't have the cards. But I will be there. I won't do anything that will make me the story of my daughter's wedding day. That's just what I'm saying. I will do father and daughter's dance where I'm supposed to pray. I pray. Just the way Iyabo Ojo sat by his side and they all pretend say like every day. I will pretend too.
Did you see their body language as they were sitting there? Did you see the body language?
I have a trick question for you, Uncle Beno, and then I'll yield. You know. If Paulo was the one who stood as the father of the daughter that day, but you're welcome to come. You can come and just sit and bench warm. But the person that will walk her down the aisle and be the father that day will be Uncle Paulo. Would you still go?
It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. For what reason?
It won't happen.
Well, I have personal examples of that. So,
man of prestige. Man of prestige, don't say that. The father is
no, I'm saying it happened.
I will come and beat you that day.
Wait, Adama. I'm not saying it should happen. I'm saying it happened.
Yeah, go ahead then.
You see what I'm saying? It happened. So the extent that we can go with is that when that happens and we're looking from the outside on, see, we will create stories too, because that's crazy, right? The way that example I just gave is it sounds crazy, right? But it happened to people in my personal life. Just because the guy was not present, right? Yes. And somebody else, and the Baba was there too, but he couldn't. She said, the daughter said, no, I don't want him to walk me down the aisle.
I've heard that. Yeah, I've heard stories like that.
What about the story of
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say
exactly.
Yeah,
that's close enough. That's close enough.
Was not invited.
That one.
But it depends. You can knock whatever. If the man did not play any role in the life of a child and did not show up in any way, as the child was coming up and being all that, because I've seen instances where the child was not even existing in the life of the child until the child now maybe gains some level of success, and then
they show up.
And they show up maybe through social media or something like that. In that case, you can't knock somebody who's been in the life. Somebody else came and took over bringing up that child, and then you shouldn't feel bad. You should just accept your position in the life of that child as it is.
No,
That's what I
what they
think.
used to do, in case you don't remember, let me refresh your memory. What they used to do, no matter how long that man was not in the life of the child, on that day, they will go and root him out from wherever coven he is. And then he will come and stand.
Thank
You know
you.
who started this thing?
Yeah, I've heard
Women.
that.
They recently started. This thing changed recently when Ngozi Nwosu, because that her name, the Hollywood actress, sat down and took bride prize. In
Right.
Igbo
Something
land,
like
it's
that.
unheard of for a woman to collect bride prize. She sat down, called her kinsmen, collected bride prize for her daughter's wedding, and the father started crying on social media. So this thing is recent, though. They used to bring the man anyhow. It doesn't matter. They will just bring him as a figurehead. He will come.
Yeah.
You're right.
So we can't let me just finish my thought, right? You can't hold on, no.
Let MOP finish, please.
Yeah, so you can't when people have gone through so much is really my main point here, right? There's a lot of things that have happened over the years. We don't know the full gist of it. What we know is the story that Iyabo Ojo has told us. I don't necessarily expect this man, if he's been allowed to be in the, or again, quote unquote, allowed to be in his children's life and he has relationship with them, I don't expect him to come and be defending himself publicly or come and tell or paint a story that's better. Hopefully he doesn't do something that's stupid. But right now, it looks good. For me personally, I am not discounting that they've gone through a lot. And also, like Cherish Olivia said in the chat, don't expect everybody to do this. If you want this kind of stuff, you need to understand that there's a lot of work that has gone on behind the scenes for them to be in this space and do this publicly, and it looks really, really good right now. You can't just follow out the guys and they start the word I'm looking for, start to shame people or emotionally blackmail people into doing quote unquote the right thing because Iyabo Ojo did it. It's not gonna work. What you need to do all the work behind the scenes, and then you can come and show us these symptoms that we're looking at right now. Thank you, Uncle Beno.
Thank you, man of prestige. Man, it paid me so when I go come towards the end of the show, but I am learning a lot and I thank you for all your views. The point I'm trying to make, and I think Auntie B has helped us make the point as well as all my beautiful sisters since we're here, is that these things is supposed to be about the daughter on the wedding day. But as Africans, and I still stand on my own ground, as Africans, to avoid spiritual wahala, people from Kovun, like Omoye said, sometimes as a mom, even though you raise the baby all by yourself, just allow something to pass so that your daughter go have beautiful wedding. You go get beautiful marriage at the end of the day. And don't let it be about you. Don't let it be obvious. Okay, look at the Fred Amata situation. When it happens that the mother walked that girl down the aisle, it took away the shine. Let's call it what it is. It took away the shine from the wedding. The only thing everybody start talking about is how can she walk out on the aisle? Why some women are saying, yes, yes.
There was no shine in that wedding, Uncle Beno, with all due respect. There was no shine before. It's not the mother working hard that took away the shine. It's not the same scenarios. They're completely different.
The mother walking her down the aisle is what really caught attention of people like myself and many people. It's not, who knows the guy before, all the achievement where the guy get and to be. All I'm saying is that, well, I agree if you say put it that way to be, but I'm just saying in the case of this Iyabo Ojo, me, I saw what she did and I appreciate it. The wedding now, to get negativity where people won't talk about. Everybody is talking about how beautiful they had this wedding, what an amazing job she did. That's what I'm saying. So if your daughter say, let my father be there, let the father be there. Shame the father the way you want to shame him.
I've also, Uncle Beno, I've also seen stories where the daughter said, I want my father to be there, and the mother went to a corner and started throwing tantrums and started creating a scene and start crying. I've also seen those
emotional
too.
blackmail.
So that's just the thing. Please let's start having final take. so that I can round up the show. Auntie B, now you and MOP go round up finally here. But let me start from Honey Babe first. Honey Babe, what's your final take?
I think my take is that for me, it's all about the child. And whether it's the daughter or the son, because I don't know why we're focusing on the female, whether it's the daughter or the son, if they want their absent father or mother to be there, then you as the other parent should support it. But at the same time, if the child doesn't want the parent to be there, I think that it's their wedding. They have the right to say, I don't want my dad to be there. I want my stepfather to step in, or my father should be there, but I want my stepfather to walk me down the aisle. For me, it's all about the child, because they're the parents. So I think if the child wants their parent to be there or not be there, they should have the ultimate decision.
All right. Thank you, Honey Babe. God bless you so much. Dr. Adama, your final take, my sister.
My final take in this is at the end of the day, let's learn to coexist with each other regardless. Uncle Ben, you've been wording this thing the wrong way. The women. That's where I have problem with you. The women. How Iyabo Ojo did this. You won't tell the men. That's where we're going to have problem with
Because
this.
this show is about Iyabo Ojo and what she did. I remember when I started, Tope Alabi, who is also famous, she had her own wedding and then she did whatever. I can even talk about her own. She's the one who's supposed to know better. She's a Yoruba woman. She did all the rubbish she did. And then at the end of the day, the wedding not even come make sense, because that's all people talk about now, that, oh, you brought somebody to come and stand in place of no. Iyabo Ojo, I am shocked. That's why I'm talking about Iyabo Ojo. Go ahead, my sister. I'm shocked at what she did. I didn't know she can have all these things figured out. That critics like me, we can actually be shocked and say, wow. So that's why I'm saying this woman, meaning Iyabo Ojo. Go ahead, my sister.
Okay, this is what I have to say. And I thanked Auntie B for coming in to enlighten us about what she said. Iyabo Ojo and her husband made a critical mistake, both of them. As much as they put it off, well, there's one thing Auntie B said. Our culture is our culture. Going to Tanzania to do what they did, that's a no-no for me. And we're not talking about that. Maybe that will be another topic. Because if they do it the way Africans really do, Yoruba people do their thing, everything should have been done in Nigeria. Am I wrong, Uncle Ben? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, but who knows how they planned it this time? So everything's supposed to be in the father's house. If the father is the active one or the one that did the right thing, in Yoruba culture, everything's supposed to be done in the father's house.
Okay, so why I brought that back up is to remind each and every one of us, please, even if your daughter end up marrying Bill Gates, please hold on to that culture, whichever one it is, because Auntie B that's the first thing she said when she came in here. She said, why was this thing held in Tanzania? And none of us, the whole time we've been talking about this wedding, none of us brought it up. Please know who you are. And everything went successfully. We thank God. And Iyabo Ojo, Priscilla, please, I hope your daddy paid for that agbada. If he didn't pay for it, make sure you collect the money from him before he goes back. Thank you.
All right, thank you, my doctor. God bless you. Real quick, Sisi, your final take. Sisi, you started the whole bass boost today, but your final take, my sister.
I didn't start any bass boss. I just said absent fathers is better than a deadbeat dad, and I stand on that from my own personal experience. But irrespective of that, I think it's always important for parents to, when you're no longer with your ex, to facilitate that relationship if it's healthy. If it's not healthy, then you can only do what you can do, right? But for me, I would always say, which is the position I took in my own personal circumstances, let the relationship play out. Whatever it will be, set the expectations with your child. And that's being open. A lot of parents are not open with their kids. They just hide things, and then the kids are very confused. But I've always been open with my daughter from when she can understand what's going on, so that she has the right expectations of the relationship she will have with her dad, right? And then as she got older, I've stepped back completely and allowed them to facilitate the relationship in whichever way it suits them. At the point where she doesn't want to anymore, fine. If she wants to, fine. At the end of the day, it's nothing to do with me. So
If you're able to get to that point, fantastic. When it comes to this thing on weddings, special occasions where maybe the fathers need to step in, I'll always say it's down to the children. Whatever they want to do for their day, for their happiness, as a parent, as much as it hurts you, just stand back. It's only for one day, it's only a few hours, and that person will still go back to be the non-entity or absent person that they were previously. So to me, it's not a big thing, but it's hard to say because we don't know everybody's experiences, right? And at the end of the day, your best revenge is success. Make sure your kids are successful. Make sure that they are well-mannered, they're polite, they're doing the right thing, right? So that it doesn't come back on you negatively. Oh, because she's a single parent, her children are running around doing this, doing that. No, your best revenge is being success, being healed, and just being happy that you can even have the person there, just like Iyabo did. Me, that will 100% be me. If my daughter lets her dad be there, fantastic. I'm not bothered at all. It's really not my day. It's for her, and but that takes, like Auntie B said, you need to be in a place of healing to get there, right? But irrespective of that, it should always be about your child's happiness, and it shouldn't be about you, the parent, who is, who's been hurt by their actions. Because at the end of the day, the relationship you have with them is not necessarily the relationship that they had with their kids. They're two different things. So yeah, revenge is your success. That's it.
Thank you, Sissy. Thank you. I really appreciate you spending time with me. I have to go because I don't know, say this one go long like this, but once we enter that corner like this, we know if we come back again. Thank you, Sissy. Sister Moye, your final take. Should fathers be there or not?
First and foremost, Uncle Beno, I have to agree with everything that everybody has said. Cynthia, darling, I didn't see chance to greet you properly. Adana, who else was here? Honey Babe, I greet you now especially, and
greetings, Omoye, greetings.
greetings, and a man of prestige, greetings. So I greeted Sister B already. So anyway, first and foremost, Uncle Beno, lessons for single fathers and mothers. That's what it should be, not mothers. Because you know why? There's plenty of work for single fathers too. For whatever reason that they left the relationship, what role have they played? How have they been part of the child's life? You should champion those kind of things. So you be saying, so single mother. I agree with it in Adana talk. Make her to balance her act. Lessons for single fathers, and then with a backslash mothers, however way you want to tailor it. Hey, I'm not here to tell you what to do, but I just had to throw that in.
No, the way we operate here is we have what we call men hangouts, ladies hangout. So if the topic is the one that address ladies, we do in form of like ladies hangout, and if he's going to address men, we do men hangout. Then my brothers, they go call me, we go have the conversation. But this particular one, Auntie B has been back on the campaign. I see him for backstage about how using the term single mom is not okay. And
yes,
single mom is always dominating conversation.
yes.
Of men, everybody just want to blame single mom one way or the other, and the single mom, they are fighting back too. But because of this particular marriage situation, and because I'm coming from traditional angle, why you should allow the father to be there, that is why I just created this caption around single mom, what they can learn from Iyabo Ojo. So thank you for the suggestion, my sister, but I just wanted to clear that up real quick. So
no wahala. So now for me though, now everybody should do what works for them. That's where I stand in. But if you ask me personally, right, like what should be the ideal situation, I would say regardless of what happened with the father being or not being in the life, because everybody is not the same. Okay, everybody's not going to react and respond in the same way, right? So the father should let the father have his day with the child, because that's a day that the child will forever have in their minds. However, if the child chooses no, because I didn't see the man, I don't recognize him as such, I will basically respect my child's decision in this scenario, because it's not about me, it's about her. Okay, so I'll let them do whatever works for them. So I would say everybody should do what works for them based on their own situation. And also, I need to highlight that everybody, I personally noted and I noticed, and it would be great if people who find themselves in whatever situation can leverage on their maturity is key. Wisdom in dealing with scenarios like this is very important because um Iyabo Ojo did something that everybody's not talking about her in a positive light, which I'm very happy about, right? The maturity that was shown during that marriage ceremony, allowing, giving room, giving space for the man to have his shine, whatever it is, right? I really, really admire that because there was that camaraderie. Think whatever you want, people would be able to see what's going on. But the fact that she allowed that, oh my goodness, even her daughter, deep down in her heart of heart, she'll be very, very happy that she'll be very, very she would be very happy that her mother allowed that to happen. There's something it will do to her inside of her that I can't really fully explain. So for me, I think there's a lot to take away from that. And there's a lady that's been going on and fighting her and saying her own marriage was better. I mean, that's by the wayside, but at the end of it all, I want to say congratulations to us. So, hey, me inclusive, I beg. Because I really, really, really rooted for her. I was all smiles, just watching the pictures and the videos coming out from that wedding. It's been amazing. So, Uncle Ben, thank you very much. Sis, be of life. Love you, love you, love you.
Love you, Ama. Yeah. See
I
you
was hoping
soon.
you would do this show. I can't wait. I was
We'll do it tomorrow.
Okay.
I
go
set it up for tomorrow.
Wait, Omoye. Who said they are better? What you're just about to slide out? Who said they are better than what?
Better than what? Oh, what did they call that woman name? What's her name again? Hey, she's an actress. The Yoruba. She's a very good actress. She's not I really like her movies too. She's very good. What's her name?
She said she's better than Iyabo Ojo.
She said her wedding, that her own wedding was better. Her own wedding. Did people see her? I said, look at this woman. What is your problem?
Is it Lizzie? Is it Lizzie Willie?
Lizzie
no.
Oh my God.
That one is suffering from mental health illness.
Honestly, everybody said something wrong with her. I was like, what the hell?
I guess she needed attention yesterday. Sorry.
I guess, yeah. Thank you
All right,
so much. All right, man of prestige, Uncle Beno, we will see again. Man of prestige, I'm going to look out for our content for this matter. I really like what's happening.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right.
Having a show tonight on your platform, my sister.
Okay, no wahala now. The fight continues. Aluta continua.
No
wahala. We go talk.
All right, later.
All right, MOP and Auntie B. Who want go first? Because my two oga be this.
Let me go first now, so that man of prestige will round it up for you. Let me do quick.
Yes.
So
I can come and speak English to finish. I'll be Auntie B. What
I'm going to say is that I like what Omoye said about how this is not only about. I know Iyabo Ojo is being celebrated today, but the journey is not always easy. And this is not about single mothers alone, it's about single fathers as well. So I think there are loads of lessons in this for both single fathers and single mothers. And Uncle Beno, I'm going to come back to you. What Adana said about how this situation here is not something you can use to compare another person's own. For instance, you were mentioning the one of which one? Tokwe Alabi. It's not the same. It's not, no two situations are ever the same. In Tokwe Alabi's situation, I think that man was the one that raised the child. I don't think the father was ever there. But Priscilla and Iyabo Ojo's own, I think the father was there until they were a certain age before their marriage broke down. So it's different. And again, the journey of healing here is different from people, from one person to the other. We can't say because, oh, this one has healed, why are you still hurting? Why can't you get over it? Can't you see Iyabo did it? You must do it. No. What we can do is to empower people to embrace that journey wholeheartedly by doing some work on themselves. And it's about forgiveness. There's a lot of forgiveness in it. Because women, our nature is that we hold on to things. We can hold on to things hurt sometimes if you are not careful for life, if not by the grace of God. So we need to empower people to embrace healing, to be able to forgive, and to do what is best for their children. While we are talking to women, we also need to talk to men. A lot of Nigerian men feel it is okay for them to walk away from a marriage and not look back. They're not going to be around. They will not contribute emotionally. They will not contribute financially. And that's not okay. It's not. We shouldn't celebrate something that is not good because they know that no, let's not encourage that. What we can do is encourage men, because a lot of marriages breaking up right, left, and center these days. Please, if you break up from your wife, don't break up from your children. Make sure that you make an attempt, effort. Be relentless in being in your children's life, not just physically or emotionally, but also financially. And women, please don't allow your bitterness to spoil that relationship. Put it aside and allow the children to be in the father's life if the man wants to be there. That's it.
Auntie B, me. Auntie B, don't summarize the whole team for me.
Auntie B, are you?
Auntie B, you go. For this job, Auntie B supposed don't be professor. Don't be.
She's on her way. She's on her way now.
That's why I tell people all the time that if you want that agba, that wisdom-based knowledge, go follow Auntie B.
Experience is the best teacher.
All those things, yes.
No match.
Now I go do brotherhood, but I get people where they help me make it make sense. Auntie B, you supposed to be professor or I beg. You should even supposed to start canceling business now.
I don't qualify, you know, I've gone to do my certification.
Auntie B is certified though.
Yes, no.
I'm going to do my certification on counseling, so we're starting that soon by His grace.
Oh,
amen.
That's good. Hi, Auntie B. God bless you.
It's getting stronger. Right, it's getting stronger. Auntie B, also soon.
Okay. All right. Bye. Bye.
All right, MOP. Now me and you they round up. MOP, you say I throw you under the bus. You say make I blink. You call me. I'm not throwing you under the bus, my brother.
And then I gave you the baton, and then you throw me and the baton straight under the bus.
Oh, Abba, you ask me question, and I like to be sincere with myself. Say if my daughter
that our brother was looking confident on that stage. Confident.
He no get shame anyway, but who knows? Maybe they have money no just get rich. You know, sometimes a man, if money no rich, you get how you go, they move. So the man just there, they just say, thank God, finally, I'm here. Hey, I think I no go day part of this wedding, but thank God they allowed me to come. Baba, let me run this thing up.
In my opinion, the only thing we can confirm that he didn't have his clout. And he probably doesn't want the clout. That's all we know about their situation. That is not to minimize Iyabo's story. And by the way, Iyabo has done a fantastic job edifying this man. To the point that Auntie B mentioned earlier, she would lie and buy gift on his name. This is that gift from daddy. And she did a lot in that respect, right? So it's probably easier for her to do, even in this space right now that she's also in love. She's also enjoying what seems like a very good relationship with Oga Polo, right? But yeah. So, but you know, let me just shout out to Auntie B and everybody that came on stage. Let me just say a couple of things, right? There was a part of the conversation that I caught because I was in and out before I jumped in. About if it was too early. I'm going to charge you to do another session on do another session entirely if it was too early for Priscilla Ojo to be getting married at 24. I think that would be a great topic. There's multiple angles to that. I think that would be a good topic for sure. Auntie B is absolutely right. You cannot manipulate people into forgiveness. We tend to do that. You know, and it's a way for us to cut through the corners and you want to jump shortcuts. to what we like. We like what we see today, right? Which is, it seems everybody is happy, forgiven, but you have to remember that you cannot manipulate people into forgiveness. Yes, your pastor said, yes, forgive and forget. Forgiveness is for you. You are still actively manipulating the person to forgive, and you're not asking why. What is it that they're feeling for them to be in that space where they feel the need? Because again, people don't fall out of the skies and just start to want to hurt a person they used to have sex with. Things have happened, and things have happened between the two of them. Both has happened for an extended period of time. So we can't, if we want what we're looking at, we go back to the drawing board to say, what kind of work did they do? That type of work usually starts with one person who chose to quote unquote take the high road, while the other person is still being a weary. Usually it starts with one person, right? There's this fantasy that we have that everybody will just come equally. And then, oh yeah, we finally decide to do the right thing. No, it doesn't exist. Somebody started a journey and the other person probably got influenced to it, or somehow they started their own journey too. But, there was a right timing that was struck at some point, but every individual will have to do their own work to look the way it looked, because when people have worry in their head, they can always find an angle to scatter everything.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
So that man could have been like, after you shame me in the public and everything, I will come there. You know what? I will shame you. I will not show up. Or it's not even that intentional. Maybe it's a drunkard. Maybe it's a drunken master somewhere who got drunk that day and they couldn't even show up. So there is more to it than what we can see. We love what we see. The lesson we should get from it is that they've done some work behind the scenes. And if we want to do more conversation around what kind of work, what are the scenarios, right, that would have played out between two people that used to be in a DV relationship. They had 2 children and they've gone through years, decades, and now they are celebrating this together. What kind of work could have gone on behind the scenes? Now, walking away, right? The auntie was talking about walking away. There's a lot of African men who think in this manner. Not only African men, by the way, there's no thinking that African men think that African women don't subscribe to somehow, some way. Okay, you just have to wait until it's their brother, and then you find out they think the same thing. But so this idea that you can walk away, that the child will find their father, it's false. It is not true. It is not true. They might find them, but you can look at, even, it's not just Nigerians. You can look at Carl Franklin's story. We're just looking at Carl Franklin yesterday on Instagram. You can look at Carl Franklin's story, right? There's some things you can never take back. You can never come back from it. You can probably build other type of greatness from it, from your experience. But in terms of reversing the hand of time and repairing that relationship, there's some things you can never get back. So because there are women that will say, no, I don't want him around my children. When they are old enough, they will find their father. Women say that too. But it's false. It's false. The relationship you're missing out today is not coming back. It's almost synonymous to time. You can't reverse the hand of time. So if we tell you to work on your relationship today, we're not just talking romantic relationships. We're talking about all the different types of relationship. God is not going to come out of the skies and do things for you or make your life easier. It's people. So you have to learn relationship in and out, not just romantic relationship. You have to learn how it works. You have to understand it's a give, and receive. And the result is give and take. You're often talking about the results. You don't want to do the work. You see what I'm saying? So let me just say this. In terms of the court, if you find yourself in a situation and they don't allow you to see your child, you now have to become overnight politician. You have to play the game. There are systems in place. Yes, it is painful. Yes, you might have to go through the court system too many times that you would like, but you have to go through that process. It's called due process. Yes, you would drag each other through that system. If somebody is somehow blocking you, go through the court system, keep going back, schedule it into your lifetime. All of it is being documented too.
Yeah.
You know, but I'll tell you, if you are the one initiating the court and you don't want to come to mediation table, you go collect. Everybody might collect anyway. That's it, Uncle Beno.
Last, MOP, thank you very much, Baba. At least now let me make sense. We're gonna do the part 2 of this show, just like you suggested. But the part 2 that I want to do, I've already spoken to my sister Cherish Olivia because she's a psychologist. Earlier on the show, we were talking about parenting. And Dr. Adama asked me a question: the difference between deadbeat dad and absentee dad, and CC hopping, my honey babe also hopping, and the argument now where you begin, they ask me, I think you heard it earlier then. Now where you they say where you they ask me make I blink if I need help with that. So, but because it's a very sensitive matter, we're gonna do a part 2 to this show. But in that part 2, I will have Cherish Olivia as my guest, as well as my sisters and brothers can join us. We want to talk about emotional stability in children as a result of divorce and all that. And we can relate that to what is happening with all this wedding situation. Some people are of the opinion that a deadbeat dad is doing more evil or more, is making the situation worse than an absentee dad. And some people believe that absentee dad is even doing way better than this. So, but for me anyway, the part 2 you suggested, that is what we base it on. I just don't want it to be about Iyabo Ojo and her daughter. I really want to respect them. I've restrained myself from talking about Iyabo Ojo and her daughter ever since they brought all these paparazzi to social media, because as a father myself, and with this young girl getting married, I don't want to like project anything into their life. I pray their marriage work out for them. They are very, very young, but I will host the show on a different topic. In between, we might talk about our age of getting married and all that, but I just want to respect our marriage and let it be. But Iyabo Ojo shocked me, and thank you, Baba, for bringing all those points out. Iyabo Ojo really shocked me. I was expecting her to do that banana shoko, to kick that man away. Don't even allow the man to show up. But it be like Iyabo Ojo just sat back and say, it be like, say, Ben, and some people, they be all out there. Make I shock them. And then she shockalized me. And for that, a big shout out to her. I really want to appreciate my Auntie B for all the knowledge she brought in. Man of Prestige, for those who don't know, is a relationship expert. I binge watch his videos. You know, Babago break. Man of Prestige like to analyze everything, and I don't blame him. It's your professional MOP. You have to look at it from all. Me, I did look at it from one angle. Tioba walk as a Nigerian.
Scatter everything.
Yes, you scatter everything if you don't do it like that. So please go and follow Man of Prestige, watch his videos, and please, I'm begging you guys.
No, you too. You'll be a relationship coach. We need to. There's an epidemic going on. So you two, we need more and more. We need. You see, Auntie B just said she's certified now.
Auntie B get patient. You get patient. Me, I no get patient.
We don't fall out of the sky with patience now.
MOP, I know sit down. Make one they move mad. Or one woman they move mad. They can't bring their issue to me. From where they talk, even the man they move now. I go down the tell the man, oh my jebabala ya. Oh that you see the way Pastor Shola talks. Now so I go. So I know go be
now. So there's angle for everybody. Yeah, there's space for everybody. When you are doing this thing, right? There's some people that will never listen to MOP. They will rather listen to you, your style. That's the way it works. There are people that will rather listen to Auntie B. Right? We don't care as long as we don't have this epidemic going on right now where a bunch of people are, what did you call it earlier? Video vaccine. Our daughters are becoming video vaccine and they think that's it. In Nigeria, around video vaccine is the newest what do you call it, profession that all the girls want to do.
Video vaccine, my daughter can never video vaccine.
Video vaccine.
They work vaccine. Even my middle daughter go join cheerleader they call her. All those children when they dance, when they play American football.
Cheerleader now.
And I was telling her that, are you freaking kidding me? People will come watch ball, you will come defeat, they entertain them. They do, but with Dragon, they win. I said, okay, but you are not doing this more than 6 months. There not be only video vaccine call.
Video vaccine. I see. Cece said, I think I need to be a relationship coach. No, we need as many people as possible. Let me even say this, okay? Right now, okay? First 7 people, I would do sessions with you once a week if you want to become a relationship coach. I'll do sessions with you.
Baba, God bless you for doing that too. I cannot push.
That's going to consume a lot of my time, but I'm willing to do it. So it's something that we have in the works.
Yes, so now when I give you an be a lot of grace, people like Uncle Patrick, all the people who are trying to make money, I give them a lot of, I don't get patient, make an no verse. I don't get patient. Have you just look at the wife where the woman there's like, did you know when my husband come back from work, he just want to drop his shirt and the next want to wash soccer, he's not even do anything. And have you just they look and say, what are you saying? Is he dropping money for food or he doesn't drop? And then now relationship expert, you don't even know what they talk. So I beg. I enjoy you, my Auntie B, Uncle Patrick, all the people who are doing an amazing job. Selfless job, that's how I see it. Using your time to create content in order to fix other people's relationship. God bless all of now. So, but like I keep saying, guys, please, if you know, say something is not right in your marriage, please go and listen to Auntie B, listen to Man of Prestige round the clock. Man of Prestige, you gave away a lot of content for free. No, this is where you and I were kind of different. But content on YouTube, you will pay for it. But you know, as a Christian,
you don't know what the Bible said.
Amen. But Ibukun also give us grace to grab money at any opportunity.
Money na water, money go come. What is it talk? Money na water now. Money will come if you give value. Don't worry about that thing.
No, make me I think my see the money. Thank you, everybody. My CC.
Uncle Beno.
It's not to Man of Prestige. Thank you, Baba.
Right.
Are you going live later today?
No. I'm chilling, bro. I'm chilling.
Okay, no worries now.
I've got a session coming up. After that, I'm chilling.
Hey, you see, big man, be like you. When I grow up, I won't be.
It's like Friday evening. You know what I mean? It's Friday evening. Everybody's supposed to go chill now. All right, boss. Later.
Thank you, Baba.
Yeah.
Wow. That was amazing. Thank you, Sister Natu. Thank you, Auntie B. Me. Thank you for at least showing up, helping us make all this topic make sense. God bless you, Auntie B. My honey babe, my sissy, and my Adama. Hey, it be like say I need to bring some ice water come now where we want to discuss some of this hot topic, because the way my sister they break her down. Sometimes I go say, make I jump in. I say, okay, make I slow down again. So I just want to say I appreciate all your perspective. I like how you guys break it all down and then you pinpoint what exactly you don't agree with and what you agree with, and then you go ahead and provide a solution. Thank you very, very much. I don't take this for granted. Happy Easter to everybody, to all my team, my own Being Pay, my sister Being Pay. How you doing? Happy Easter, Being Pay. And of course, my Marriott, my troublemaker Marriott, you are always there. Marriott, you are always punching me. Marriott, please agree with me sometime now. I know say I be coconut head, but at least sometime, just say, okay, Uncle Ben, okay. Because today now you no agree with me. You say I say traditionally, if they no let Papa come, their marriage no go work. No be waiting I talk with that to Sister Mario. I'm just saying that sometimes some people are dealing with some problem in their marriages that they've prayed, they go to counseling, they did everything, and it still doesn't work. That's when you have to take some steps back. And all I'm just saying is that we know the pain that comes with raising your children alone. We know the pain that comes with a woman playing the role of a father and a mother at the same time. And when it comes to that time when the child want to get married, some crazy deadbeat. Ocean absentee. Sisi, una need to come and clear those two. They scatter my head with all this terminology. But all I'm just saying is that there are some madman fathers that will just disappear. They will not contribute. They will not do no shit. They will say, when wedding day come, I will be there. And when that wedding day come, if you stood your ground and you say, no, you are not going to be part of this celebration, that may lead to something else. Some fathers are very, very wicked. They can literally go to Babalawo house and start manifesting some evil into the children marriage or something, just because when things don't work, the children can come back and say, oh, or maybe the children will go to one pastor and the pastor will say, oh, it's your father. Your mother did not let your father be at your wedding. That is why you are struggling in your marriage. That is why you are waiting to bear this or do that. So that's just all I'm saying, that if we can take a coup, from Iyabo Ojo, some things don't worth it. Something is just one day. It's just 2 hours, 1 hour. Just let it go. Just let it go. And that's my point, Sister Marriott. Now, everybody gonna talk about the beauty of Iyabo Ojo daughter's wedding. I've even seen people say that wedding is more fantastic than Davido's wedding. Well, no two weddings are the same, but I want to agree to some extent, because I see a lot of organization in this wedding, and I see a lot of fun, a lot of dancing and all that. Although we know Davido is a superstar, but I like that kind of comparison. I like when people say, oh, see Priscilla wedding, oh, it's amazing. But now, if Iyabo Ojo had done what a lot of women, or some women, make I not generalize, what some women are beginning to do, like my Auntie B was pointing out earlier, some women now, they don't give an F. You know, they there, when that time come, they hold their picky hand, they carry and waka go out. People like us, we go when we go shout, we go cry. Some women not just send our papa. The father is not there, it's not there. Okay, but Iyabo Ojo did not tell that line, right? Iyabo Ojo is like, you know what? This is my daughter's beautiful day. Everything will work perfectly well. People will praise my daughter, they will praise my effort. The father will be there and do whatever he wants to do. But thank God, God bless MOP. You see that a lot of people are beginning to see that this man, even though they allow you to stay here, so to my brotherhood, if you like, abandon your children with their mom, no play your own role. When the time for the wedding come, you go be like this Priscilla dad now. Everybody knows it's all about Iyabo Ojo and the beautiful couple. Everybody know the whole thing is about Iyabo Ojo. In that day, like, I don't even pay attention to what MOP was saying until I think about it again. In that day, I was so happy. Hey, although we be Yoruba, we like Faji. Maybe you don't drink some drink. You don't forget, say, Baba. But the pain, when he go back, go watch all this video now then he go come say, oh, I fuck up. Oh. When Iyabo Ojo go introduce her man see class now. So I know, say, even though as the man did there, so for him brain, he go the thing say, see what I miss. Oh, this will just be a kind of unique family event. Me, my wife, and the children. But now is Iyabo Ojo. Do you know what is even funny? When my girls posted the video on our Social Trenders channel, I was telling them to go and add SEO to the video. And then when they did the SEO, they can't see the figure. But me, I have one app that I used to see which SEO can trend. When I put the SEO, guess what? Juma Jokes, wait till be that boy name, Juma Jukes, whatever they call that boy, they popular with SEO. Iyabo Ojo's daughter, she's not popular with SEO. The moment you add Iyabo Ojo, the app, the software will just bring a lot of hashtag for you. Iyabo Ojo daughter's wedding, Iyabo Ojo Priscilla's wedding, Iyabo Ojo. And the scores are very, very high. On SEO right now, Iyabo Ojo average score is 60 plus for content creators. If you just put Iyabo Ojo right now, it's 60 plus. So I told my girls that it be like, so now go remove that Juma Jokes and Priscilla, because those two hashtags standing alone, it will bring the video down. But if you leave only Iyabo Ojo where they train, we go up. All I'm trying to say is that this is all about Iyabo Ojo. We all saw the great work she did. So I say, Father, if you don't play your own role on your daughter's wedding day, now so we go bring you just social media, we go judge you anywhere. You won't show up for school, you won't show up for anything, you won't support in any way. You go say, I'm an African man, you will go hide. You say, the Peking go find me come when it is wedding. Just know, say some sisters are now going mad though. They will give your daughter out in wedding. Some sisters are so mad right now. You hear the one at the big just mention, Unsogo, what was her name? When they say she even sit down, they I won't be. Anyway, we're gonna have another show, and then we'll talk about emotional stability. More importantly, we will look at deadbeat father and absentee dad. So if you are free, please join us. My platform is always free. You know, I learn from the best. I've been learning from Auntie B for a very long time now. I don't see how they do interview, how will they bring guests in. So if you want to come in, you are always free. And also here on African Podcast, Uncle Beno's channel, we don't do trolling. We respect everybody. We don't call anybody out. Every opinion is welcome. Just be respectful. Okay? So thank you, everybody. If you want to be part of that show, please hang around. We are going to do it. Deadbeat father and absentee dad. Me and Sisi go first start. Then my Cherish Olivia, as an expert, go help me. They analyze and maybe we see how this thing work. For me, I would prefer, because according to the definition, when they give me, deadbeat father is the one that show up now and then he disappear again. He show up now, he disappear again. I prefer that than a father that disappear. Piam! The mama go don't do all the while I finish. 30 years later, when the pikin won't marry, or the pikin don't make money, the father can come out. He go come cook up one huge lie about the mama. He go carry the lie, give the children. The children will come begin to look at their mom like, Mom, have you been lying about dad? Dad said that's not what happened. Dad said you cheated on him. Mom, why would you cheat on dad? You will be mama, you come shock, say, where are you hearing this story from? In case you don't know, some absentee dad, they no repent. After that 30 years, they never repent. They are still looking for how to ridicule you with all the work that you did. So please, Sisi and Honey Babe, now day like this, I'll day center. Then Sister Olivia go day opposite to help me make it make sense. Thank you all. God bless you. I really appreciate you. I don't take this for granted. Dr. Adama, you say Zuyunike. We not go Zuyunike on this one. No. Dr. Adama, some of your gender now, they are moving mad. They no send us. They no send my gender again. They give us water. May God help us. Thank you very, very much. I'll see you guys in the next one. God bless you all.